Good afternoon, Speed Gaming, and welcome to the Final Fantasy I Randomizer Spring Tournament 2020. My name is Lucid Football, and joined with me in the booth today is Mr. Falconic. How are you doing today?
Doing pretty good, Link's favorite banana.
Thank you.
How are you?
Awake, refreshed, ready to go. We got an action-packed day of Week 2 Swiss matches going on, and right now we're going to be focusing on WillBloodworth versus Sketchy Metal.
It should be a pretty good one. I think everyone's pretty familiar with WillBloodworth and the party strats that he usually goes with, so I would not be surprised today if we see a couple of those characters on his side go down. Sketchy Metal ran face first and Dispel Zap in Week 1. Didn't get a much better draw here in Week 2, but I agree. I think it's going to be a good one.
So let's talk a little bit more about the parties real quick, because it's Earth Week, and I have no problem admitting it. Earth Week is the week that I have wanted to see the least. But on the one side, we've got Thief Rainbow, and on the other side, we've got Fighter Thief Red and White. That's not a comp I see very often.
No, it's going to hurt a little bit if, well, not so much. I guess with these flags, if you see any kind of black magic 1 through 4, bringing a red mage over a black mage is going to be beneficial to you. I think what might happen here is if, let's say, Nuke does roll within the first 4 levels, WillBloodworth is going to probably kill off that white mage, depending on where life is, and he's going to have double nukes.
Mm-hmm.
But you're certainly going to appreciate that thief running, and I think both of them are going to keep that thief alive for a little while.
Mm-hmm. For me, it's going to be all about that exit. If that exit lands at a low level, and WillBloodworth is already committed to danning the white mage for whatever reason, I think we're going to see some good competitive action out of Sketchy Metal here. Well, we're going to let these runners go.
If you were to dan the white mage and miss out on exit, you better hope that warp is somewhere accessible, which to me is anywhere 6 and below.
Yeah, 6 and below or like 4 and below.
Yeah, 4 and below is better, but really what you want to do is you want to have some kind of, especially on Earth flags, which I love. I love Earth play early, but the vampire being there, you want warp or exit if you don't have access to that rod. Walking it out is not fun. Quick look at the magic I saw in Viz 2 in white. We've got Cake and Fast. Yeah, I mean, Cake will carry you for a little bit.
Quake's not bad for the southern hemisphere enemies. There's not that much that's in the air or at least resistant to Earth. As long as we stay out of like the oceans and the rivers, we're fine.
So based off the magic you've seen here, if you had to predict which character or characters is Bloodworth going to let go?
The Red Mage. Red Mage seems the most likely target out of the gate. There's no good white magic. There's no good black magic. This is not looking like a Red Mage seed, at least at this point.
See, I think I love this play by Sketchy as well. There's a small chance that this is going to be the Thor Hammer, and if it is, still possible, but if it is the Thor Hammer and you can take that up to TOF, oh man, does that make it easier. But with Quake, it's not so bad.
Mm-hmm.
But I disagree with you on that one. I think seeing Quake and Invis 2 both winnable by the Red Mage, I think if I'm WillBloodworth, it's time for White and Black to take a nap until we at least see the next level or 2 of magic.
WillBloodworth ignoring Temple of Fiends and going on a boat ride. I guess we're not confident in Cake getting the job done against Temple of Fiends and Garland and whatnot. Headed looking for options. Probably eventually headed to Provoca for level 2 magic.
Yeah, typically you see, I mean, I've seen a couple races where TOF isn't the first spot visited, but in those races, it's almost always going over to Provoca. And with Quake, you can take out all the pirates, no problem. So it's an interesting play here. But with TNT, maybe he's hoping to get something out of it.
Unfortunately, Asps rolled Fire 2, so we're going to have to just start over a bit. We're going to grab some... We're burning encounters. There we go. Yep, burning encounter, so we can get a slightly more pleasant run headed over there. It looks like we've already done the math and figured out that the first encounter is real bad, but the second one is pretty okay.
Did purchase 1 tent. Is he going to burn an encounter in the sea, or is he burning one? Or okay, there's the first burn. And then a reset. Sketchy, however, looks like he's going to go towards the more popular side of things here. I think he's going to Provoca, but maybe nope.
WillBloodworth, rewarded for his thief devotion, gets a coral sword right out of the gate.
Pretty good. It's pretty good. He loves that coral sword too.
Yeah, it's basically the best sword that a thief can have. Ooh.
Hi, Earth.
I hope y'all like Earth Cave, because we're going to be headed there in like 5 minutes, as soon as we sort this canal out.
Anytime the game gives you Rod early in an Earth seed where Earth's incentivized, it almost always starts to give you that kind of spider sense of, oh, wait a second, is Loose past Vampire? So a little bit of a high five here. Sketchy Metal making his way over toward the Dwarf Cave. WillBloodworth, where is he going to go next?
We've got a sword. We can make a run at Garland now if we want to, unless we want Sweeper Magic, in which case we're headed to Provoca.
It's interesting because, like I said, Garland is very, very susceptible to good old Dang Woo Cake. He does not have high MDef, so it's a play that could have been made already. I'm surprised that none of them opted to do that. Maybe they're both feeling like this is a race where I have to do something that the other person won't, and in doing so, they're doing the exact same thing. Still level 1, almost 5 minutes in. Can't feel too good for WillBloodworth.
No, but it's with a purpose. Because we saw that asps on the way to Dwarf Cave were lethal. We don't know what else over there could be lethal. So we just had to get in, get out, rely on manipulating the encounter table. But it looks like we're settling for a minor imp grind right now, possibly just to get to level 2. That tells me we're headed to Provoca because we need level 2 to get spell charges. No, we're taking more imp fights.
We're taking more imp fights.
No,
we're just running.
Yeah, okay. And off we go to Provoca.
Okay, I like his decision to skip Matoya here. You don't have Crystal. You try to route that in all at once.
And we're only going to need like 400 gold for a spell, so we're good to go.
Right. Sketchy Metal, however, is going up to TOF. We're going to find out what's in the chest here. He does not say. There it is. There's the save. He's going to go ahead and check the chests. And then, nope, no chests. We're going straight for the princess.
Invis 2 on the pirate fight is an interesting choice. Adding, because dodge overrides accuracy, it makes the pirates less likely to attack, but the pirate accuracy is already not stellar.
That screams PTSD from a runner that's played unsafe pirates too many times.
That's true.
And we get the cube. So 5% XP doesn't really help us out too much.
Meanwhile, on Sketchy Metal's side, having a bit of trouble with Garland, the fighter has gone down.
Don't want that Red Mage to go down. Did he not pick up Cake on Red Mage?
I'm unsure. It looks like we're pinning all our hopes on the thief with the scimitar who gets there.
Hey, it works. There it is, Crystal. So now we can hit up Matoya and get those 3 chests and our key item all in one go.
Das efficiency.
Super efficient. Still no key item yet. We've seen 2 item shops. Elfland might hold an item here for us. Hopefully it does. I'd love seeing the early shop item just to avoid the runners forgetting, like Oasis, which we've seen a timer 5 already this week.
I will say that there's no feeling worse than finding like a max price floater in Elfland, because it's like, great, what do I do with this? Level 2 white magic, we've got life and harm 3. Level 2 black magic is garbage. Lock, I guess, and hold for carry, I guess. Whew. Maybe we're danning the black mage.
We'll see. Sketchy left his boat over by dwarves, and now he's going back. Did he not do the TNT turn in yet?
I don't believe he did, actually, now that I think about it.
He's going to pick up his coral sword. Nope, he's already got it. He forgot he checked. Now he's going to go back.
Right. And we're going to get the bad news rod. WillBloodworth taking fights outside of Provoca. Are we burning encounters, or are we trying to save for an inn, or are we getting levels?
Yes. I don't know. To me, this seems like a very rare case of indecision from WillBloodworth. He's usually, for those that don't know, he's persistent, I think is the best word to describe Will with. He usually makes up his mind, and when he does, you're not moving him off of that idea. So maybe a money play. I'd have to see how low his money was, because I just don't see the XP gain being here in outside of Provoker. This has to be money.
I mean, I can appreciate the committing to something no matter what. Usually, if I find some valuable key item somewhere, the phrase I use is "I'm there until I get it out," or the heat death of the universe.
This is, after all, WillBloodworth, who just recently attempted a 10,000% seed, thanks to Cyrinus figuring out how to adjust the website, and stuck with it. I think he actually made it through a couple of fiends, which is impressive, to say the least. But yeah, looks like it was money, and he's down to 1 gold, so it was just enough money. But we need more, so we're going to keep fighting.
Okay,
that was a burn off. Our Sahag's giving Sketchy a little bit of the business, and there's a reset. Interesting that Will's making the play for Matoya, because obviously we know, had he done TOF, he could have wrapped up Crystal Turn in here as well, but he does not have the crystal. So
it's that information you wish you had, but you don't have. So we watch this and feel awkward, and he will share our pain in probably around 3 minutes.
Well, there's some money for him.
Okay.
Siren is saying he did make it past Kraken 2 on the 10,000% seed. That is impressive. All right, Sketchy Metal, where are we going? We're going to Matoya's. We're going to find out what that crystal turn-in is here in just a second, and I have to imagine WillBloodworth is going to hit up TOF soon.
Speaking of things we have to hit up, so let's think about some options real quick. We need to get out of here. The 2 tools that we can use to do that are the canoe and the canal. We've hit all the free chests. We're not... canal is probably in Marsh at this point. What if please. Crystal is canoe?
No. I want Crystal to be... Give us Chime at this point. I don't care. I want to see Marsh, because I know they don't want to see Marsh.
I mean, that's fair, but I'm only in this for so much torture. Like, we're already making them do early Earth. I don't want to see Marsh on top of it.
Well, we're going to find out here in just a second. Sketchy has made his way over to Matoya. He picks up his money and his copper bracelet, and it's the canoe. Whap, whap, whap. I'm still holding off hope that there's a loose in Marsh that's required.
Oh, what if the canal is still in Marsh, and we end up having to do volcano and ice to figure that out?
There's the canal.
Oh.
Top left TOF. WillBloodworth finds it. Sketchy skipped it.
Did Sketchy skip that?
Sketchy went straight towards Garland, and got his
boy.
key items. Did not check the chest, and that's why you'll hear it time and time again. When there's loose on the table, you cannot afford to skip chest.
Mm-hmm. Now this could still work out. So WillBloodworth is going to be heading west out of the inner sea to gosh knows where, with a canoe in tow. If Sketchy just beelines for ice and finds incentive floater, or volcano and finds loose floater, Sketchy might be ahead.
Yeah, I mean it's possible. All it takes is the circle of stages to give us that floater, and all of a sudden, who cares about the canal?
Yep.
So life at level 2, I think, is probably harm 3 is not bad, and in a seed where you're kind of struggling for sweepers, I guess it gets upgraded to actually pretty good.
Yeah.
But man, we really need something from Elfland to pay out. Otherwise, it's going to be a long volcano and ice cave.
Yeah, we need like Elfland level 3 to just have. We'll settle for Lightning 2 at this point. Just something.
Doing a little bit of shopping here on Sketchy side. I like putting that money to good use. The problem is that we just talked about it. Magic isn't so good right now, and we're really hoping that Elfland 3 has it. You're going to want to have some money to purchase those spells. It feels bad grinding without sweepers.
Right. The 10k-ish that we get out of Matoya should be enough for level 3 spells for at least 2 mages, possibly 3. And we can worry about level 4 when we have the money for level 4 and the levels for level 4.
Yeah, the levels more importantly. So WillBloodworth picks up his canoe just a few minutes after Sketchy. Sketchy, though, still has to do the Provoker rounds. So where does Will go next? Yeah, I have to imagine it's Elfin. You got to find out what you have to work with.
Gonna take a river fight real quick. We're gonna try and quake some fish, but unfortunately the fish are resistant to earth, so this is probably going to be down to thief melee strats. Oh, nope, we'll reset out of that.
So it looks like Will, the entire game, is just going to go with the one encounter burn and then go. He's done that quite a bit so far, and it's a good strategy. Once you learn how to manipulate the encounter table, that's one of those things that when you're learning the game and you're shaving, an hour off your time here and then 30 minutes here, it starts to get down to smaller and smaller time shaves. Learning the encounter table and how to manipulate it, that's the one that'll start shaving off those minutes and minutes that you just can't get past.
Yep.
So where to? We're leaving the Inner Sea. We're not even checking Elfland yet from WillBloodworth.
Right. That tells me we're going to pit stop at Melmond, maybe, just for an inn, just because.
Nope.
Or
we're going straight to Crescent Lake.
Okay. I'm okay with this.
Yeah.
Because if we get...
Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. Because if we get Floater, we can hit the Cardia boxes, and that'll get us the cash for Elfland.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Floater to Cardia equals no problem.
Yep.
All right. Sketchy's finished up with Provoca, back over in Canaria, probably to buy some armor now that he's got a little bit of money on hand. Ooh, not the silver armor, though. 10k, no thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, look at that move from WillBloodworth. Small, subtle, beautiful. You've got the canoe, park the boat half the distance from the dock there. Much quicker walk.
There are less encounters in ocean water than there are on land, so it is faster to move the boat over to there, park it, and then walk straight over. What do we got? Level 6 magic. We got exit. Red learnable. White learnable now, if we... Or actually, no, not white learnable now.
Oh, warp as well. Oh.
Ooh.
So I just don't think we're going to see any of our runners warping or exiting out of Earth today.
Yeah. The warp was not red learnable, but the Quadex was, and we got Oxiel. Notably, not a floater.
Not a floater. Well, level 3 Brack. Okay, not a sweeper, but a good spell. For later. Possibly. Yeah, the more this is going on, you either make the gamble to marsh for a loose, or it's time to go to Earth Cave? Question mark?
Sketchy is overlooking the white magic shops. We haven't seen Fade yet. Fade could have been level 3, and that would have solved our sweeper spell problem. Because we have a white mage, it doesn't matter where it landed, we can still get it.
Well, hopefully it's not overlooked. I mean, I hope it is early, because they need some sort of offense, or else we're going to be here for a while. Cyrenus points out, too, though, Marsh Cave, Earth Cave, we also have the ladies to go visit. It's a lot of chests, if you can make it.
It's a lot of chests, but we don't have the horsepower to make it through the trash encounters in sea. Because if we're going to sea, we have to make it to the mermaids. That's a dicey proposition. But while we're there, it would be really nice if we could kill Kraken. And this party, I hate to say, is not making a Kraken run, because we just can't get there.
The party is equipped for a Kraken kill, thanks to Brack, but the run, I agree. And all it takes is one Wiz Sahag fight to just put a grinding halt to that idea.
Yep.
Looks like Bloodworth is going to try to get some levels outside of Crescent Lake. I love this move. He knows he's under-leveled so far for the time spent. He's just hitting level 7 at almost the 20-minute mark, where some runners are prepping for a dungeon dive or a fiend dive at this point.
Oh, hi, Trolls with Frost.
Oh, hello. Quake is putting in some work. Bloodworth is respecting the strength of some of these trolls here with the Invis 2, and pretty good play at that. Even with the Invis 2, that troll's hitting pretty hard.
Mm-hmm.
Probably because we have, like, no gear.
As the resident doofus in charge of speed and power, the one point I'll raise about Invis 2 in fights with regular old creatures is that the essential effect of one cast of Invis 2 is not stellar, because like you need 6 to get to evade cap, and until you hit evade cap, you're kind of fighting versus accuracy along the way.
Mm-hmm.
And since a lot of these trash encounters, you aim to want to be done with them in 1 to 2 rounds maximum, the Invis 2 feels like a bit of a time sink.
It is. I think it's just more of a desperation play of, please don't kill my Quake casters. Please don't kill my Quake casters.
Yeah. Like, the Invis could mean the difference between, like, 2 hits versus 3.
Mm-hmm.
And at this level, that will save a mage.
Well, here's your
Yeah.
white magic check.
Oh,
Level
here
3,
we go.
life 2, and cure 4.
Wow.
Yeah, so that white mage is going to stay alive.
Yep. And I feel like that red mage has got to go down.
Bye-bye, red mage. And level 4, what do we got? Harm 4, cure 3? No thanks.
Yeah.
No thanks. That lit 3 right there, that's almost tempting enough to say, let's go park somewhere and get a couple level 4 casts. We've already got 1.
Right.
It'd feel a whole lot better if we had 2 or 3, though.
Right. But where do we do that is the question. Because anything that would be efficient we can't kill, and everything else will just take a million years.
You've got, I mean, it doesn't feel awesome, but you've got Quake. I would at least think about going to Earth and checking some of the trap tiles there. Maybe you find something that's susceptible to it.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe you pull a WillBloodworth and you go ahead and hit up.
Let's take inventory of what we can Quake in ordeals. We can get the Medusas, we can get the Zombles, kind of. I think we can get the Sorcerers.
You could also get Gargoyles and end your day real quick.
Yeah, Gargoyles will not be Quakeable and will make us real sad real quick. Man-Cats, I don't think are Quakeable. They'll make us real sad real quick.
Mm-hmm.
The Nightmares, I don't believe are Quakeable. Well, actually, we don't have to worry about Nightmares because it's Trap Tile Shuffle.
Right.
Yeah. Zombie Ds, can't Quake those. It'll be interesting to see how the shuffled encounter table went.
Unrunnable Man-Cats at that.
Hi, unrunnable Man-Cats. We're about to feel real bad.
Okay, so Sketchy's doing that grind that Bloodworth did. His levels are still a bit low as well. I like this play. You're right next to a town.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, 2 hits, 3 damage. Not 2 hits, 3 damage from the Man-Cats, though. That was 3 hits, 93 damage.
Yeah.
Miss, reset.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a problem.
Mm-hmm. I don't like going back into ordeals. Now that we've established that there is an encounter present that automatically ends the dive no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
Yeesh.
That's a Quakeable tile.
Is it?
Mm-hmm. Oh, he found his katana.
Oh boy.
So
His vendor
here's
sword.
what we know. He's not leaving this place now. Hey, look, it's my best friends.
Yeah.
Oh, look, they ambush. They're so fun. They're so fun. Uh-oh, Sketchy Metal down to one knee, takes another wipe, but that's why you're here near the inn. You can just save after each fight.
Mm-hmm.
Where are we going, Sketchy? That being said, if this ordeals play, if it can be done, and of course, if anyone's going to grind it out, it would be WillBloodworth. If it's the floater, floodgates are open.
Right. But that's a long way to go to even know if it's the floater or not.
It's going to be the loot. I'm willing it into existence. It's going to be the loot. This is going to be a big waste of time and super entertaining.
I don't know. I'm a big fan of Opal Bracelet. I think.
Oh.
Ooh, Zombies with Lit too. There's a second lethal thing in here.
Did you need more reason to leave? Because here's more reasons to leave. Classic Gamer could be a Thor hammer, although at this point, I'm welcoming the Thor hammer. I'm not mad at picking that up here, if that's what it is.
Thor hammer would be a blessing, because we have very few ways of killing things right now.
Oh, look, it's my friends. Oh, Sketchy Metal's making the move. He says, you know what? I don't have levels. This doesn't feel good. Where can I go that's safe? He thinks Marsh Cave. I think we all disagree that Marsh Cave is safe. This could end very badly.
Marsh Cave's not safe at all, but we can find at least one potential grind tile in there.
I mean, and all it takes is one loose.
Or we can find like the Mazza or a Mage Staff or any number of things that will make some of the mid-game trash encounters better. Ghouls with a spell list, but at least it starts with ruse.
So this is one of the things we talked about in counter manipulation. It's not always just about manipulating encounters. It's small things that Sketchy's going to pick up on, and you'll start to see it in weeks 3, 4, 5, and 6. You saved right outside of Marsh. You walked in. Within 2 steps, you got a fight. So much quicker to just restart or reset and go back in. Don't worry about running from the fight. Just reset out of it.
Ralthian in chat pointing out that more unrunnable foes, this time mummies. That one's actually not bad because at least we can quake those.
Is this a 4th pillar run? Oh,
that sure is.
Real bad. There's a house for Sketchy. Okay. I'm calling loose. What do you think?
I'm saying not loose, but something very helpful.
At least the scums are runnable, and I don't think we saw anything out of them. That thief is really paying off here for Sketchy. A house, a cabin, and a silver shield. That's a big fat reset for me.
Yeah. The silver shield is not bad. It is not worth carrying out.
No.
I believe we saw them for sale somewhere for like $150. Like, it's drop it and go.
I mean, maybe the house. That's a $1,300 house, but it's not like you're burning spell charges coming here anyway, so you don't really need the house.
Yeah, because I don't know what there was for unrunnables. WillBloodworth on the top floor. Here's where it's going to get dicey. Ooh, Bones with the skill list starts with Gaze.
And I gotta imagine he brought that Black Mage up probably more for the running ability than the Quake here. Second best run chance in the game to his favorite character, the Thief.
So we've got Bones with Gaze into Squint into Glare, which bad. Feels, yeah. Meanwhile, WillBloodworth gets a ruby and gets away from the rank elo tile.
All right, so 2 key items here. It's starting to look real good that if the floater's not loose, Bloodworth is going to be flying soon.
Do we beeline to Titan, or do we try Waterfall?
Oh no, Titan. You gotta go. It's 2. If it were just one, maybe it's a decision, but... All right, Sketchy Metal. Walking in front of the doors is checking a link chest here. You're going to find that same chest in the room just to the east of us now. Cure 3 from werewolves. Uh-oh. That's not what scares me. What scares me is what's next.
Yep. Any enemy with a spell or skill list is potentially super lethal. They might not be round 1, but they might definitely be round 2. Case in point, Bones with Squint crawls with a script as well. Wow.
Yeah, that scares me.
This is a dangerous marsh.
And there's the link chest. So he heads down. Light 2 zap. Temper at level 5 is not so bad. The Thief's not going to get it, though. Or the ninja, I guess you'd say.
And the zap is promotion locked. Oh, hey, Scums have stuff. Oh. It's called Blizzard.
Who knew? Marsh Cave's no fun.
I'm going to get back on the horse because we've got 3 more chests left to look at and a tile to check.
Yeah, I think... I mean, good on him for trying the gamble here, and maybe it pays off. But I think if you take another wipe here before getting to those chests, maybe you cut your losses.
Mm-hmm.
You did get enough checks out of here to feel good about trying the gamble, but...
Right.
And we've got Bloodworth. He's about to feed that Titan. We're going to find our first incentive location here in Titans, and then he gets to walk over to Sarda and find out what Sarda has. He's hoping for the floater. I'm hoping for anything but.
Here you go, Titan. Nom, nom, nom.
Nope, he doesn't check Titan's Trove yet. He's going to make us wait.
All right, it's fine. We're patient.
Yeah, we're super patient. I don't even have to know it all. Just walk right past it.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of walking into things, over on the right side, we've got Sketchy Metal preparing for a tile check, and we've got 3 to 7 sorcerers. 4 to 7 sorcerers. Oh, this is the test to see if we can Quake these. If we can get through this fight on the strength of Quake, we're good to go.
I don't like those chances. Let's
consider the problems with this fight. We don't have to worry about melee, because Sorcerer default melee is garbage. It's like a bunch of hits for not much damage. It looks like they rolled Poison Touch. We don't really have to care about that either. And I haven't seen any spells or skills, so I think they're safe on that. So, canst thou Quake?
You can. You just can't do it effectively. We've got 1 out of 7 gone so far. Bloodworth burning his encounter. We're going to find out if he either forgot about Titan's Trove. Well, he didn't. Now he's going to check it. What do we got?
What do we got? Dragon Sword, $20, $12, and the key.
That's a good find. That leads to more and more chests. There goes Quake, missing all 6. Feels bad. This almost seems like it's going to be a reset soon.
Yeah, so the answer is we cannot Quake Sorcerers. Today I learned.
You say that and watch. The next one's going to catch all 5 remaining. Nope, 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 nope. Gross.
Yeah, that tells me resist.
All right, Bloodworth has the key, has Canoe. He can make some really, really quick stops here to Dwarf Cave, Northwest Castle. Although, I don't know, you have the key. Do you bother checking Northwest Castle before having Crown?
Sure. His biggest problem right now, I think, is levels. So we've got access to 2 tiles down there that could potentially solve our level problem. I'd check them. No question.
Okay. Round 17 of the Dwarf Cave. This time with key in hand. Bloodworth going right. That's the way to go. Saves you 2 steps going left. And we get money. A light axe, not so bad. There's our first sweeper. 7,000, 3,000. We're getting rich. There's an ice sword and not much.
The light axe is okay, but it'll be fine if we find an undead tile.
Yeah. Don't go left, Will. Don't ever go left. I've made maps, son. Hooray!
Hooray!
All right, where to? Back to the boat for sure. Does he check Northwest? I like the idea. I like you mentioned the trap tiles. Looks like he is going to do that. Meanwhile, on the right-hand side, 11 minutes into the fight.
Progress is being made, and this is a fight that almost made my top 10 list, so we'll get something out of it. We just have to carry it out.
If nothing else, it's going to be decent XP, all things considered. It's not great for the time sunk into it, but he really wants to know what's behind that chest, so...
Yeah.
Look at that. 2,000. Brings him up to level 8. Feels a little bit better now. Give me a heal pot. In the chest. Let's see a heal pot.
I'm going to go with 3 gold.
Don't know if you caught it. Bloodworth pulled 56k out of one chest in Northwest Castle, though.
Nice.
Okay, so Troll... Oh, a Sun Sword! That is a huge payoff, especially for what he didn't have.
Yeah. That's a weapon we can swing right now.
That changes things. Now that fighter can start putting the wallop on some people.
Oh, but we're going to get greedy. We're going to check the rest of the boxes, see what we can get.
I don't like this. I mean, you're down here. It feels bad to walk away. But do you really want to do that sorcerer fight?
With the time we've committed getting to this point, like, at this point, it has to be a loose. Like, we have to find a loose down here, so we've got to check. If we can carry the Sun Sword out, that's gravy. But...
I mean, there's a small... Bloodworth found the katana, so he's got his endgame weapon. There's a chance we don't find Excalibur, we don't find Mazza, and if that's the case, the Sun Sword, it'll get the job done, so it's a great find this early. I just don't know how much longer I want to risk being in Marsh Cave.
Right. For example, this.
This bad. Look at the money on Bloodworth's side. He's not hurting anymore.
No, Sketchy, you missed the chest. No, Sketchy. Sketchy, one to the right.
When you watch this back, you'll see. Also, big recommendation: anytime you can walk in front of a door, walk in front of a door.
Mm-hmm. Walking in front of a door does not advance the encounter table. Why? Nasir.
Mm-hmm. Reasons.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. Sketchy is almost out. Arachnids are going to stop him here. Bloodworth, where do we go now? We are checking TOF locked. 3 chests, but more importantly, grind tiles?
I think that's the rationale here, is that we've got a light axe and no levels. We gotta find something to use the light axe on.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's find out.
Sketchy's out.
Sketchy makes it out with the Sun Sword. Things are going to start to feel a little bit better for him, and I can't imagine he doesn't start taking some of these fights along the way. So,
WillBloodworth does find a light axeable tile. We found 3 to 6 R bones. And we left without hitting them with anything. I guess we are just looking for loose at this point.
Looks like he's getting an ambush on him, too. Well,
yep.
Harm 3, there we go. Oh, come on, buddy. Where's the light axe? You know more than anyone to use it. They've got some health. Oh, they've got some health. And we're quaking some undeads. There's 1. 2, 3, 4. All right, Red Mage, best mage, apparently.
Red Mage is, in fact, the luckiest mage.
All right, time to do some shopping here. Sketchy finally checks the white magic shop, and I'm sure he's very happy to find Life 2 and Cure 4. It sucks that they're on the same level, but I'm not mad about finding them at level 3.
Mm-hmm.
Silver axe and a little bit of money. Ooh, and opts to walk it out.
I think we're walking out the experience more than anything else.
But then we ran from a fight that we could obliterate. Interesting. Pro rings, 5,800 gold. Feels pretty good. That's not too expensive for pro rings, and with the money Bloodworth has, and Sketchy as well, if he makes it over to Northwest Castle after he gets the key.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty good defense for all your characters. Only buys 1. I think it's because of the amount of money that Sketchy has at the moment. So where to next? You're WillBloodworth. You've already been to ordeals. You survived it somehow, some way. You got your key. You've done key lock chests. Ice and volcano? Earth. Sea?
Earth. We still need levels. Like, we still have the problem we had like 20 minutes ago. We need levels. We got 3 grind tiles to check over an Earth Cave. That might solve our problems. And if we don't necessarily solve them that way, we have a dungeon we can complete that has an incentive in it. It's got to be Earth.
But hear me out.
Mm-hmm.
2 loose plus armory.
Oh.
There's a sweeper. Mage staff is good. We did just see the Vorpal pick up, but I get the feeling we're not going to see anybody swinging a Vorpal today.
Probably not. The katana is just a strictly better Vorpal. And I doubt we'll see the red mage A, alive, B, swinging anything.
All right, Bloodworth. Where to next? Sketchy Metal going back to Marsh Cave?
Sketchy remembers that he left a chest inside.
Oh no.
That's what I assume this is, because like the 15-minute grind tile fight,
Yeah.
that can't be what we're after. It's got to be remembering, oops, I left a chest in there. That chest has the floater, because of course it does. Let's go get it.
I mean, I've had 3 races in a row where the one thing that I skipped was the floater. So I don't hate this, but the game, no way it pays out, right? Like, there's no way this is loose floater, right?
It's one of those things like, it's never loose floater until it's loose floater.
And it's always loose floater. So we're back. Do we know which room is skipped? It looks like he does. He's not routing in those doors, and that feels a little bit bad because you can save yourself 4 tiles worth of encounters, but it looks like he does know which one he skipped, and he's going right for it.
Mm-hmm.
Bloodworth is... Oh. You hate to see
Yeah. So, Sketchy is looking for the canal at this point. Or is it at the very least, like, completely writing off the left side of the inner sea before we tackle the right side of the inner sea, I think.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm going to find a linked chest. So here's the problem, though, is I don't know that Sketchy realizes that he didn't check the chests in Topher, or in TOF.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And that feels bad because, I mean, the canal is there. So there's the pro rings we were talking about. Bloodworth has more than enough money, so now all of a sudden that party is much more likely to survive some of these encounters. And if you see any death spells, well, suddenly we're not scared of those.
I kind of wish more of the death spells in the game were actually death element. Because there's only 4.
I am all for more things killing people.
So, yeah. For those playing the home game, the Pro Ring is number 1. It's the best... it's tied for the best armor of a hand slot item. It's tied with Opal Gauntlets. But unlike Opal Gauntlets, it has no evasion penalty. And you resist Death Element, which covers Rub, Quadex, Toxic, and Squint.
Mm-hmm. So it looks like Bloodworth is making a southeastern continent dive. Question is it going to be volcano or ice? I gotta think volcano because he knows that level 6 warp is on the table.
Mm-hmm.
And while that does mean you have to get, what is it, level 20?
15 on the black mage, and then, yeah, something like 20 on a red mage. Well, no, sorry, red mage can't even... Red mage can get exit, but only after promotion. So we're looking at 15 for either the white mage or the black mage to get either exit or warp.
So this is the play here, I think. He's at level 10. You could easily get 5 levels out of Volcano, especially if you find yourself a good trap tile. So I gotta think he's gonna look for houses here. They do exist. He did a bit of shopping already. I don't know if he picked up houses at the last shop. But that's what I'm doing. I'm going Volcano. I'm plopping a house outside, and it's time to go digging to see what kind of fights we can get, and better yet, what kind of items are going to pay off out of the armory. Did he buy Hold? Do we have anything to make Carrie a little bit less scary?
I don't know. Because, yeah, Bloodworth's party is not killing Carrie right now. Like,
nope.
We've got our, like, sub 10% Quake, and that's about it.
Yeah, having just Hold. If you can land a Hold, that makes it feel a lot better. But I'd be hoping for something like Mazza coming out of any chest in Volk. I don't care which one. Put in the corkscrew, the thumbnail, or hairpin, whatever you want to call it.
Squiggle left.
Squiggly. All in left Ragnarok. All right, Sketchy Metal beating WillBloodworth to the punch has opted he's going to check out Volcano. Still hasn't put the pieces together that Canal is hanging out over in TOF. So his options on the table aren't as broad is what Bloodworth has.
Right.
I think I saw 11 houses. So Bloodworth is he could be here a while. Look at that. Did Sketch even check the first chest, or is this straight to Armory?
I think this is straight to Armory. Yep.
What do we got? Wooden helmet, a little bit of money, a little bit less of money. Flame armor, not bad. That's pretty good for a non-promoted fighter.
And on the left side, WillBloodworth checking the 2 chests off to the side. We've got Ice Shield and $8.
Little bit more money. Does Sketchy check this trap tile here so that he can get this last chest? I gotta imagine if he went all the way out of his way to go back to Marsh to check one chest, he's not leaving anything behind here.
Ooh. 2 to 4 white drag. Oh my god. Hey, remember that time we said that if Sketchy found the floater, everything would be fine? Hey, guess what, everyone? Everything's fine.
Everything's fine. The seed just takes care of itself from here, right?
Yeah.
In before the second loose is at the top, and he just never checks it.
Oh my god.
Hey, I found my loose in Volcano. There can only be one loose here, right?
Yep, them's the rules. Those are not, in fact, the rules.
No, they're not. All right, well, Ice Shield to pair with that Flame Armor. That ninja is going to be pretty loaded for bear once he's, a ninja.
Right.
Sketchy says, hey, I can fly now. Bye. Leaving here.
Yeah, I must go. My planet needs me.
Bloodworth is going to check the chests here. Short sword, trap tile, not so fun, but he'll be able to check this.
I mean, I'm pretty sure this is a Quakeable encounter, but it won't feel good by the end of it.
Well, it's also a runnable encounter, and that's what we're going to do.
Yep.
Okay, so Sketchy is booking it to the Raycon Desert, but first we're going to stop off and save. Not a bad idea. Maybe use the Pures first, but Team Poison SFX is getting their thrills today. All right, so you've got the floater now. You're in the air if you're Sketchy. Where do you go? What's next?
We got to knock out Sarda. We got to knock out... what else? What can we turn in right now? Actually, we can only hit Sarda. After that, we got to hit Cardia for free stuff. See if we can find some more sweeper items. See if we can find gold for just magic at all. Failing that, we're headed to Ordeals, I think.
Yeah, the long walk to Ordeals. Maybe an Oasis check. I know a lot of runners are starting to kind of have that panic, like, hey, I've seen 3 races where that's where the item lands and people just forget to check. Maybe the slab's there and we can get another free item.
That's true.
Where to? Not Sarda. Sarda's the other way.
Might be headed for a town first. No?
Please go slam Marsh. Please go slam Marsh. I wanted revenge. Sarda. We just took the scenic route.
Yeah.
Alright, Sarda, what'd Sarda give us? He gave us the chime, that's right. Well, now we can enter in Sky. We just... Woo. Oh, no, we've got the cube as well.
Oh, yeah, Sky.
Could we see a ballsy play?
Look, I love Sky. But we have to do things when we get there. We are not in a position to do anything when we get there right now.
Now, we do have Brack, but through Brack, all things are possible.
Not in Sky.
Except for the robot friend.
There's a lot of robot friends up there. There's also nightmares, bad men, evil men, any number of things that just kind of shrug off Brack.
Hear me out. We do have limited uses of Light 3, though.
I guess.
That's enough, right?
No.
Nothing bad can happen. All right, Sketchy's back in the air. Sketchy is going to... Please slam Marsh. Nope, not going to slam Marsh. We're going to shopping again. What do we need? What did we forget last time we were here? Pro rings?
Pro rings, I think.
Pro rings?
Do we?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, we
sweet for pro rings. I like this play. It's a good play.
Yep.
It's a smart
This is
play.
good. We can pick up. Or no, we still have the silver shield. Or no, did we get it? Yeah, we carried out a
Yeah,
silver shield.
He
I
walked that
think.
out, yeah.
Yeah. But if we
Alright,
didn't,
Bloodworth.
then yeah.
Bloodworth is going to a town that he can't do much in right now.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he's hoping for gold bracelets here?
I guess.
Hey, look what he found.
Sure. but do we-
$40,000 gold bracelets.
With the vendor item unaccounted for, do we really want to commit to that right now? I'm thinking no. Oh, hey, a vendor item. Never mind. Let's. All right, everyone, back to the armor shop.
Oh no, he does have the bottle. Interesting. I didn't see it lit up on the tracker, but here we are.
Oh, that's because he literally just picked it up at the store.
There we go. All right.
right.
So sometimes it's better be lucky than good. Cross that off, and we're saving at the inn. What are we doing next? He doesn't have the slab, so he's not going to go down to Lefane.
Sure. Cardia check.
Yeah, I would do Cardia. I think that's the smart play next. Is he going to stay in the north, or are we going to see Waterfall and a sea dive this early? And by early, I mean almost an hour into the game.
I'd like to see Waterfall. Waterfall makes sense here.
Ooh, we don't have Warp or Exit, though. Does Waterfall make a lot of sense?
Sure.
Does it?
I mean, a lot of the fights in there will at least get us levels. Like we've got Lightning 3 online for the things that are not quakeable. And we've got a mage staff for like most of the other stuff.
Well, we continue to see Will and Sketchy hold hands frolicking through the seed as we are both in the air in the Northwest continent. And I gotta imagine Bloodworth is probably going to do the Waterfall next. It looks like that's where Sketchy's headed.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, did you want more money? Because here's more money.
I mean, Will did just spend all his money on gold bracelets and vendor items, so...
Yeah, I guess. No tail yet, so we can't promote. And boy, does Will Bloodworth want to promote, because he's got that katana burning a hole in his backpack. Opal shield, we're just going to sell that. We don't care about Opal. Where to? He doesn't need to check Oasis, because he's already found the vendor item.
Right. Not doing Waterfall. Wait, yes, doing Waterfall.
Am
Wait,
doing Waterfall? Not doing
Hang on.
Waterfall.
Buffering.
Back to town. I think that money got him just enough to get maybe another gold bracelet.
That could be it.
I like this. I don't like this. He's nope. We're selling more things. Okay.
All right.
They were 40K, so maybe he's just trying to get that extra 10K.
Sketchy and C.
Would you say that this is a sketchy move?
Jocks. All right. Let's see how we're rewarded. Dragon armor.
That's pretty good.
Flame sword.
That's
All right.
pretty good too. Nope.
Nope, that's a girl.
Nope.
We got a house.
Come on, loose item. Loose item. Let's see it. Loose
Here
tail.
we go. Oh, that would be so good.
All right. So Will was able. Pro Cape's nice. Will was able to scrounge together that extra 10K, puts him over 80K. He's able to, I believe, fully deck out now in. Oh yeah, look at that. Go. Nope, not quite fully. We're
Nope,
still
missing
missing
one.
on one.
But if we, I guess, but if we get if we get promotion, the thief can put on real armor, and then we can shift the Opal bracelet down to in there.
Hey,
black shirt and
sure, that's
mermaids.
pretty good.
That's another sweeper spell. We got more sweepers now. We can be a real party.
Yeah, that's the one that you want to find before you go to sea and fight waters.
Will headed to Sky.
Love it.
What?
I love it. It's the one dungeon right now that you can explore, get some fights, get some gear, and not have to fully require on warp or exit to make it smart. He's really holding off on those, like the ice caves and the waterfalls, to when he does have casts of warp, and I think that's really smart. Until this doesn't pay off, and then I disagree with this play, and I'm on record as saying both.
Sure. It's fine. We can take notes on that.
Mm-hmm.
Will learning the hard way that robots generally don't really care about Quake that much.
Yeah. Throw some lightning at them. They love lightning. We're not throwing lightning. We're smacking it with the White Mage. Quake. There we go.
Oh, maybe we just had bad rolls on the Quakes, but still, it seems low percent.
Yeah, look at that. Easy levels. We're now, well, if you're correct, if it's 15, 16-ish to get that one warp cast, I think it's worth it. But what is he doing? He's farming. Why not? Maybe he doesn't feel comfortable enough going to floor 2 just yet.
Farming guards for experience, not bad. I'd probably explore the table a little bit more, because if we can hit the vampire pack, that'll be much more efficient, I think. But this is okay.
Yeah, I agree. It is exactly okay. It's not bad. Now, there is a fight you love to see, and you hate to run from it.
I think Sketchy has to run from Gershark Big Eye, because we just don't have the resources. Not with all these unrunnables in the way. Yeah.
And looks like he was out of Lit 3, which would really make that fight go by. But so we're closing in on an hour. We haven't even begun to sniff a fiend. Do both runners feel behind right now?
No, I don't think they do. Both runners have to understand that they're both in the same situation where magic is garbage toilets, and we just have to deal with that. So both runners are kind of just adapting the best they can to the situation. They might feel behind compared to like a bog standard seed, but I'm not sure if they feel necessarily behind right now.
Gotcha. Did you know that there's 2 chests on the first floor of C, and that sometimes it can have a Mazza that you walk right past?
That sounds ridiculous. Almost as ridiculous as forgetting to check Northwest Castle.
And nobody would ever do that.
No.
So the great guard killing of 2020 continues, as Sketchy is just slowly checking things off his list. Heading up to Waterfall next. We're going to find out what El Roboto has for us.
I mean, Project Guard Jiggle 2012 is like, at least we're committing to something for levels. At least this will fix our level solution eventually. So, and the time spent doing it, because like we take the one encounter, head outside, tent, hard reset, burn encounter, go in, get more guards. That is not that long of like a cycle to repeat. It's longer than a grind tile, sure, but this is here, and none of the grind tiles have been terribly good. So,
Black Shirt being put to good use against Perilous here. I wonder what he's hoping to find here. This could easily be a dud spot. You can get, at this point, I don't think we really care about Thorhammer. Like, it's nice, and I'll take it, I guess. But it could also be bonk.
I'd argue that Thorhammer is still okay, because we can just stick it in the hands of just like yet another party member, because it's only cast items are doing AoE for us so far, so just another one until we hit 4 is fine. Power Gauntlet, I think, would be the worst case scenario here, because all of our problems are front loaded. Like, we're not worrying about Temple of Fiends, and we're not going to worry about it for another like half an hour, 40 minutes. We got to worry about right now and what we're doing.
We continue to Quake guards here as WillBloodworth's commentary partner joins us in chat and gets a tremendous hello from a bunch of the fans here. Sketchy Metal is continuing to push through. Level 11, the levels are starting to look a little bit more respectable, but an hour in, I doubt either of them really expected they'd be this low.
It's So the good metric I use is that, like, for the first half hour or so, if your levels can match pace with the timer, you're doing really, really good. I
Mhm.
think the inverse of that is if you hit an hour and you're not above level 10, like, things have gone catastrophically wrong and we need to correct, like, now. And I think that's what WillBloodworth is doing.
I agree. I think being level 57 at 57 minutes in would be fantastic. He did just find the defense sword, and that is his thief's favorite weapon to use as a castable item. Oh, what's that? I'm being told that 50 is the cap. That's unfortunate. So light 3 is going off. The defense sword pickup's an interesting one because we don't really have a proper tank. We've got a tank full made with duct tape and twist ties with that ninja, but not exactly opal or dragon armor level of absorb coming through with him.
Right. It's a combination of that and just the worst HP growth. Like, that ninja is gonna have to get to like 30 to be reliably able to survive nuke.
Oh yeah. There is one kind of bright spot here for Bloodworth. Normally you try to monitor your thief's levels before class promotion because you really want to get the magic. Luckily for him, the magic kind of sucks.
Yeah,
So
lucky for him, there's no magic to get. So
it's okay. Feel free to get all the levels you want.
Yeah.
So Sketchy did make it through. I did not see because I was too busy yapping what we got from Robot.
We got an adamant.
Hey, it's something.
Yeah,
it's probably adamant to Thor, but
I think there's still a couple good possibilities. Crown is still out there somewhere. We need a loot. But out of the things we found so far, loot's the only thing we need.
Does it seem to you that both of these runners seem highly allergic to Earth Cave today?
Look, I'm not going to throw stones in this glass house because Team Never Earth, but like, at some point you just got to hold your nose and do it.
Yeah, I mean, you have to. The earlier match between Ragnarok and Barat, Will and Edge were on the call, and Will was saying that he had spoken with Ragnarok before the race, and that Ragnarok, being the gambler that he is, his play was to do Earth, and wouldn't you know it, Earth had the floater. The problem is Earth also had crack packs, and we had no ribbons at the time. So
right,
I'm a big fan of Earth. I like it. I like it that I hate it, but because I hate it, everyone else hates it, and nobody goes, and I think that's the smart play. Hey, there's a crown. We can just throw that away, right? We don't have anywhere to turn that in.
The crown never turns in anywhere because we have early ordeals on, right? Yep.
All right. Astos gives the Thor hammer.
All right, so we're still on needing to do Earth. We might still also need Ice Cave. The only thing... Well, I mean, I want to say the only thing that Will needs is the loot, but that's not strictly accurate. I feel like this party desperately needs a tail.
Yeah, you've got tail still on the table, power gauntlet. We know the slab's got to be somewhere. We still need the loot. There's enough out there for us to not be able to scratch off and say, you know, ice isn't required. I'm not going to go there.
Right.
So Thor hammer pickup from Sketchy crosses off another key item turn in, but what next?
Earth?
Yeah. I mean, Will's got the levels to make him feel comfortable with Earth. I don't know that Sketchy does, but I don't know that he has any choice. Ordeals, maybe?
The choice is ice, ordeals, or Earth. Given our present location in the southern hemisphere, that kind of rules out ordeals just by virtue of distance to travel. So it's got to be Earth or ice. Earth is like right there. You gotta... They're
talking about it in chat. There's the Earth play as well. One loose has been located. It was the floater in Volcano Armory. And now we're doing Earth, and I agree with this play. Check the trap tiles, find out if the loose is here. I don't think you can afford to skip any chests still.
Nope. There's one loose that's still required, and like we need the loot. We got to figure it out.
Adamant from the robot. Sketchy's making his Earth play. We're an hour into this match. We are just now. Well, I mean, we've tipped our toes in a volcano. We're kind of doing the same thing to Earth right now, but we have not come anywhere close to lighting an orb.
I think those are two different scenarios, and bear with me on this. We dipped into volcano hoping to find anything that made our life easier. So when we found the floater, we kind of just like stamped that, job done, we out. We're going to go do other things that are not a volcano that we probably can't complete. Now that we're headed towards Earth, we have some more resources, but more importantly, there's nothing in this dungeon that's going to tell us, okay, we can stop, we can leave now. So I think Sketchy is on his way to his first fiend kill.
Yeah, he hasn't picked up Warp or Exit yet, but he does have the Sun Sword. We've got Fast. I think this is doable. It just it feels bad that I don't think we have ribbons yet. And I'm still kind of having a little bit of PTSD from the match before with the crack packs. It just wasn't fun. So not a bad grind tile, but not one that I would come back to with the Gurnagas and Airs.
Yeah, if we had Nuke or Fade, it would be fine, but with the chance that Airs rolled high enough on evasion that we can't melee them, and that melee is like the only reliable damage we have at the moment, hard pass.
Classic gamer. TFC still available, and boy, do I hope that that's where loose number 2 is. That or Marsh Locked. I love those.
But Will refusing to do Earth until he has literally no other choice. We're in Ice Cave.
Sketchy, I don't know if he thought maybe that was a different trap tile encounter or just didn't know that was trap tile, but checks the top side of those chests instead of the bottom left side where you can avoid the encounter.
Yep.
There are, however, and we found out about a year ago, 2 separate trap tiles over in the Hall of Giants, which nobody knew growing up because it was always the giant fight.
Yep. Why are they 2 separate trap tiles that lead to the same encounter? Nasir.
Reasons. Nasir reasons.
Yeah.
So Will got some levels in Sky. I didn't catch if he got enough to be able to cast Warp or Exit, or if he even picked it up.
We're about to find out.
Because man, does this play feel a lot worse if you don't have Warp. It looks like he has Warp.
We're
Does
pretending
have Warp.
There we go.
Oh.
Ooh.
Well, that's what he wanted, because now that katana can start swinging.
Yep.
And suddenly we have a pseudo tank.
Where are we? We're still invested in finding a grind tile, but it ain't that one.
Meridian BC says it's Nasircery.
Oh. Thank you, Meridian.
Thanks, Meridian. Putting that mage staff to good use against these vampires feels good. Using a pro ring, not so much.
So, I believe it was the white mage that said, "Here, look at my armor." If we're already doing Quake, if we're already doing a mage staff, I can see not wanting to waste spell resources on it, especially if there's only 4 of them. If it was like a 7-pack, I could see like throwing on the rest of it.
What a disappointing trap tile.
There has just been nothing good. Like,
yeah, and it's not for lack of checking. He's checked. He even did the chests in ordeals at the top right that most people skip. He's looking for a tile. It's just not giving it to him.
This is just tragic.
Although we do have 2 fresh trap tiles here on this floor coming up that we haven't seen yet. And here comes one of them. But not before we heal.
Yep, just in case.
And we got... there's
not
better
good.
Trap tiles.
Especially with incoming fraud. Ooh.
Oh, hi. Hey, look what we found. Put that on your life caster.
Yep.
I'm almost surprised. I mean, I get why he stuck it out. It's the right play to stick it out. I'm a little bit surprised that WillBloodworth didn't instantly exit the second he got the tail so he can go get that ninja that he loves so much.
I know, but he has probably done the same calculation of there's one loose left. I don't know where the loot is.
Mhm.
Because it's the loot, if it's loose, it could literally be anywhere. Gotta open every box.
Quake failing to do what Quake does. But
Yeah.
Round 3 is going to help out a little bit.
Zomble MDef is high enough that Quake is possible but unreliable.
And as you say that, it works no problem.
Sure, but how many casts did it take for us to get there?
Pay attention to the right side and you'll see Arsenics with Thunder. That feels bad. But luckily nothing of note was in the chest, so we can just blast right through this floor. Let's see if Sketchy has subscribed to the Falconic School of Routing. Yep.
Yeah, you just...
Yep.
Yep.
Nope.
Yep.
Nope.
Nope. The bat's telling you no.
Nope.
Okay.
The bat is trying to help you. So yeah, on this floor, if you're not needing to check chests, which we know he isn't, go down and then right. It'll save you 1, 2, 3, 6 steps. 4
It's
steps,
true.
6 steps?
I don't remember how many, but I know it saves steps.
Also, bats. Bats are bad. Bats are in the top route. We don't do top route.
Oh, maybe we didn't finish checking these.
He checked them, but I don't think there was anything good. Money. Oh, look, it's our friends with Thunder. Yet another disappointing trap tile on WillBloodworth's side. Not worth fighting.
Hi, Thunder. Hi, Fire 2. Arsenics are lethal. Maybe that's why we've avoided Earth Cave for all this time, because we knew that Arsenics were a possibility, but like...
It's like I said from the start. Never do Earth. Earth is the worst. It's all...
That's 100% correct. You've absolutely said that since the start.
Frost Wolves on Bloodworth's side. He does have the Mage Staff, but we're going to cast Lightning on them. Probably because we have nothing better to do.
Yeah, it's more important to one round this encounter than it is to worry about like the perfect spells.
Speaking of crack packs, that's the fight in today's earlier match that had it. Sketchy Metal probably watched it and decided, I don't want to find out what they have. I'm leaving.
Mhm.
Bloodworth has found his one loose. He knows he can't abandon anything. Sketchy as well. It feels really, really bad, but there is a chest over here and you have to check it.
Mm-hmm.
Luckily for him, he doesn't have warp, because the mistake is that you should cast warp here and start back at the staircase. That, however, is a longer route than just walking back.
Yep. We're too far into the floor for it to be worthwhile.
Ice armor feels good, but I'm pretty sure we already picked up one of those in Volcano. Or was it flame armor?
That was a flame armor, but it's the same protection. It's just different resistance.
Mm-hmm. Some more wolves and grrr wolves for Sketchy Metal. WillBloodworth finished with the Ice Cave. I can't imagine that there's anywhere he's going to jet to quicker than Bahamut.
Yep. We got to do Bahamut and then maybe pick up some of the magic that we're missing. It looks like at this point we've... Oh,
Dang
sad
bats. Dang bats, please.
Bats.
Please.
Bats.
Now it's a bat sandwich.
So yeah, we got to hit Bahamut to do the class change. We got to hit stores to get the magic. And then maybe, just maybe, we'll commit to doing the theme of the week.
We're doing the Maya check. We get 2820 from Maya's chest. And it's our good friend the vampire. So we're about to find our our weekly incentivized location. It's just behind the vampire here. 50-50 chance, I think someone in chat had done the math that this is going to be loot.
Pretty
But I guess
much.
it could be something that leads to the loot, like the herb or something like that. What is it? What is it? It's the slurb.
It's no information.
No, that does us no good for now.
Yeah.
But we're here. We live here now. We're going to go pay Lich a visit.
Yep. Gonna go jump the speed bump.
This is another floor that feels really bad to have to check for chests. And unfortunately, that's exactly where we find ourselves right now, is not being able to skip anything.
Right.
Right now, I feel like Bloodworth is mashing that run button a little bit harder. He's so excited. Here comes the katana equip. Nope, we're doing armor first. Time to move that opal bracelet down to the mage, though.
Mm-hmm.
I thought he picked up an ice shield somewhere, but I guess
Yeah, he
not.
did. Oh, he's got it.
Where? Oh, it's equipped. His cursor was right on it when I said it. Eyesight. All right, a little bit of moving around, dropping some items, making room for more things. Here's the crack pack from earlier. Doesn't look like they have anything too deadly on Sketchy's side other than Dark Touch, and we don't care about Dark Touch.
Darkness. It's the worst status effect in the game. Not worst as in dangerous, worst as in who cares?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It doesn't do anything in combat, and then it falls off after combat. Ta-da!
Now, I didn't catch it, but I'm sure he did. He equipped the katana, right?
I believe so. I
Yeah,
also
he
did
did.
not catch it. Oh, there we go.
There it is. Equip. There you go. Atta boy, Will Bloodworth.
Hey, we found the sandwich station.
Sandwich station.
Yeah. Over on
Love it.
Sketchy Metal side.
Love sandwiches.
Yeah.
So we're
I have a
rocking the
feeling-
2 highest crit rate weapons on Will Bloodworth's side. Feels pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh. Well, he's got a ribbon. He's got to feel a little bit better about this than Sketchy did. But here we both found ourselves in Earth. Will is going to check the trap tiles here, and I love this. I don't love that.
Yeah, no, this is not good, especially with like skills. Just and
I
that's
hate
worse.
that too. Sketchy though, it's not the best grind tile, but I'm not upset to find sandwich tiles.
No, like everything for the rest of the run has just been a disaster. So whatever, sign me up for sandwiches. I'm a Subway spokesman now. Let's just do it.
Eat fresh. It does feel a little bit bad to find the grind tile on the 4th floor of a 5th floor dungeon.
True, but they don't do anything. So I think we're more afraid of accidentally getting like a one-tile trash encounter than we are of the sandwiches doing anything.
So snakes have thunder just across the board today. Actually, no, that's that's
that
my
was the
bad.
art.
Sketchy's playing with he's playing with the fun percent names on.
Yep.
Heal helmet going off. You don't typically see that too much, but I don't hate it.
If we're looking to conserve heal potions, and we know that we're just going to be taking this fight for a long time, go for it. Sketchy's at around 15 across the board, and he decides that that's not high enough. I agree with that decision. I don't think we're leaving this tile until we're 18-19, because we still do have sea and sky to get through. That's going to help levels, but we need to fix our level problem like right now.
Yeah, and he's got level 1 Quake just sitting in his back pocket. For
Ooh.
that's a good
Oh, no, wait.
grind tile, but he
We don't have
doesn't
Ice or
the
Nuke or
black shirt.
Fade.
Yeah,
No, he has a black shirt.
I thought that was Bloodworth that picked it up. Maybe I had that wrong.
I'm pretty sure that's Sketchy. But we need more than that. Waters can roll a little too high for Ice too. But they are the number 8 tile on my list, so...
So Will's going to check a few of the chests here. I'd be curious to see if he doesn't... I think we talked about him doing a 2 to 3 man party, and yet here we are an hour 15 in, and nobody's been sleeping yet. Is it about time to put someone to sleep and maybe grind that sandwich tile himself when he finds it?
I think that is not necessarily due to, like... not having confidence in like a 2 or 3 man strat. I think it's just the reality of the seed, because if magic is garbage, then only having one garbage magic caster feels worse than having like 3 that level up to the point where they have like 1 or 2 charges of something.
Where is Sketchy going? This is some interesting routing of this room. He didn't check that left chest. Now he does. Bloodworth making his way through Earth. Has much higher levels, so you expect he's going to fly right through here. The question is, does he stop take the grind, which we just talked about? Or does he go right on through? I get the feeling with the katana now and some of that better armor, he's probably more likely to just take levels along the way in sea and sky, which he's good enough to do now.
Mm-hmm.
Those bats are not being too friendly.
Bats, please.
All right. Sketchy Metal just a few steps away from our first Fiend fight, an hour and 20 minutes into the match. And I just can't say that anyone saw that coming.
Okay. I look over to the left side of my screen and I see WillBloodworth moving in a backwards direction, and I got concerned for a moment there.
One more fight with trolls. Mute coming out from werewolves doesn't really matter because, lol magic.
Mm-hmm. Magic, being silenced can't stop you from running. True story.
This is true. It does prevent you from using item magic because, of course.
Nasir.
119, we have a Lich Pull here. We've got Quake. We're not using Quake. Quake would be good to use. We're just going to swing. 3 hits 86 from the Thief is pretty good. He's got the Sun Sword on that fighter. That's probably going to hit pretty hard. I saw 3 hits for blank damage.
3 hits for, I believe it was 97.
Fire 2 from Lich. Not too bad. Then we're going to fast. And we are going to heal Helmet. Okay. Somewhere Dangwoo's crying, screaming at a screen. Use Quake. Yet another Nasir oddity is that the Earth Fiend is weak to Earth magic?
Yep, because being undead trumps being the Earth Fiend. For reasons. That's how I've justified it. I don't know. I think it's easier to just wave my hands and go Nasir.
The proper hit from the Sun Sword, followed up by a pretty good roll on Light 3. We have our first Fiend Orb lit at 1 hour 20 minutes. And more importantly, he never has to touch Earth again. I think he's pretty happy about that. So where to? Where does Sketchy go? Is it time to restock? He got all his pro rings, so I don't think he has to buy any more. Sketchy has not yet done ordeals, has he?
No.
So he's got ordeals and ice to go. So Bloodworth's got, I'd say about maybe a 10 to 12 minute lead here, all things considered.
I don't think it's that high. I don't think it's 10 to 12. I would put it somewhere around 5 to 6. Because don't forget, it took WillBloodworth a good long while to make it through ordeals. I don't imagine Sketchy's going to have the same problem.
Yeah, I'm putting together the time that it's going to take Sketchy to get through both of those. And I just don't think Sketchy's remembered yet to go pick up Warp or Exit. So it's not going to be the quick trip that it was for Bloodworth, even with the full clear.
Mm-hmm.
But let's see. You really want to see him go in the exact direction he's going now. Let's go back to Crescent Lake. Let's get our magic.
Yep.
Hey-oh. He is going to have Warp and Exit. Hey, Bloodworth found the sandwich tile and is closing in on level 20. And is grinding. Did he not buy Warp? Oh, he doesn't have a Black Mage. He can't buy a Warp. Uh-oh.
Right. It's fine. Warp. We can do without Warp. Exit is the important one.
Alright, so how high does Bloodworth take this grind?
That's an excellent question.
Was it 24? 23, 24 that we get another swing of the katana?
I do not remember katana breakpoints because I just don't use it enough. Because 24 is the Maza breakpoint.
Mm-hmm. And with Thief Fixes on,
it throws the math off even more.
But if anyone does know the breakpoints, it's the gentleman on your left. You know,
Yep.
the one grinding. This feels a little bit bad. Not exactly the best airship placement to get yourself to ordeals. It works. It's just a lot further away.
That's actually the one I used when I was a kid. Because I didn't realize... Well, yeah, I thought the only two landing points were this one and, like, the one little speck of land.
Under the desert?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought those were the only two because when I was a kid, I made the decision that the closest you can land to the dungeon means the shortest travel time, regardless of travel route.
Yeah, growing up, I did the one below the desert as well, but mostly because that's just where my dad and my brother always landed. So why would I change that? And it was wrong. It was way wrong. But he's here nonetheless. And, you know, he's not taking fights along the way, so it's not too bad of a time loss. But, yeah, definitely closer to just park over towards the east and make your way west. So Sketchy Metal is going to get, what was it we got here?
The ruby.
The ruby.
Which led to the key.
Key's not a bad get. Bloodworth had that actually relatively early. He came here well before I think either of us thought he should have. So the grind continues on WillBloodworth's side. Good news is, once he decides to go, he's not going to need levels anymore. He can just go. There's my best friends. Argyl's teeing off on Sketchy, but it looks like they're being a little bit friendly. They're just swinging.
The good news is they don't have spells or skills today. They still have ambush, but with the whole party having armor, it's not that big a deal.
It took Will a couple of tries to get these pillars right. We know that this is one of those often sought after fourth pillar seeds. So how long is it going to take Sketchy to put that together? Does Sketchy even know that there's a fourth pillar? I don't think most people that are new to the game even know about that. It's so far out of the way.
And you almost never see it on stream because it's so rare for fourth pillar to actually matter.
Whiz Mummy and Mummies is a good fight. You'd kind of want to see a couple more Whiz Mummies in there to make it worth your while.
Mm-hmm.
But at least it looks like the Mummies have low health. The grind still continues on WillBloodworth's side. Something tells me he wants to make these fiends pay today. I think he's still feeling the pressure of that 10,000% seed. And he wants to be the one with the 10,000% stats.
Honestly, I think it's... So there might be that. There might be a little PTSD from having the 10,000% Kraken 2 nightmare. But a much more real concern, I think, here is that we're going to be putting all of our eggs in the thief basket when we eventually get to Temple of Fiends. We're going to want that thief swinging so many hits out of that katana. And then just hope that there's no invis problem, or at least a lack of an invis problem. Sorry, not invis problem, dodge problem. So we can use locks. Because we're not getting through any of these on magic power.
10,000% seeds. The one time where, oh, thank God, it's nuke. Bloodworth still grinds. He's getting up towards, I think it's 24. If he hasn't already hit that, maybe it's 25. Maybe he knows the exact breakpoint, because I sure don't.
I'm certain it's a number.
It is probably a number.
Mm-hmm.
Sketchy makes it through. There was something deadly in Ordeals, and for the life of me, was it Zombles with?
Zombles had a spell, and then there was for Will, it was the unrunnable man cats. But that was a lack of armor and weapons problem. And then the last tile was the Rankylos, which we'll see if he exits or gets hit in the face.
Well, I don't think he can exit because he couldn't purchase exit.
Can the white mage not learn exit?
I think he tried on the red mage and then just walked away.
Hmm.
We'll find out here in a second. He is going to check the chest here. He did already check on the floor below, so that's going to be the linked chest. And drum roll, please. Nope. Man cat fight.
Oh, here's the man cat fight. This should be okay. We still have lightning 3 will do some damage. It won't kill them, but it'll be fine.
Will Cleos is in chat. Man cats are his gargoyles. Can't stand them. Hates them.
As a fanatic of black magic casters, I have to say I hate them too. They resist fire and ice and lightning and earth, as we saw earlier, and I think poison as well. I just don't like them.
They're kind of jerks.
About the only thing I can kill them with is Quad X and Zap.
So Bloodworth is going to check the 3 remaining chests here. He's not going to find anything, but all due diligence forces him to make these checks, and then he'll be on to Lich about, we'll say about 10 minutes after Sketchy Metal. But of course, Bloodworth has already knocked out Ice. He's already knocked out Ordeals. He's already done Waterfall. So it's just down to Beans now, and he's got levels. So yeah, once he finds that second loose, I think it's pedal to the metal.
It might not even necessarily be the second loose, because we're still trying to figure out what that slab turns into. If that slab is the loot, he's in go mode. If it's not, we got a lot of boxes to open yet.
I think it's going to end up being like slab into herb into loot. But of course, thunder from Catman. That's fun.
I'm going to say slab. I'm going to say slab to bonk. Skips the herb. Herb is loose, leads to loot.
I mean, that's what I hope for. All right, so yep, just about 10 minutes after. I think Sketchy was in here at 119. I think he pulled right at 120. Bloodworth is pulling just shy of 130. I can't imagine this fight's going to go on too long. He's probably going to swing with the katana and Vorpal and kill it. If not, cast the Quake, because is he going to cast Quake? No. Yep. No. Yes.
Nope.
No.
No.
We're just raw damage. Speed and power.
See if we can jump this speed bump. Oh.
The preemptive orb lighting from MG Weirdo on Will Bloodworth's side. I like it. That's confidence.
Never respect Lich, either Lich 1 or Lich 2.
I want to see Quake. I want to see Quake. Do it.
There's the cake.
Yes.
Hey, we got there.
We caked that Lich. All right, Sketchy Metal makes it back to his airship. Ice Cave next, or does he swing by Volcano and knock that out? We've already found one loose in Volcano. We know there's nothing in Ice. Looks like he's doing the Ruby turn-in. Smart play. He knows he's going to get a key item. Slab translation as well? Yeah, knock out 2 things while we're here. This is good routing.
This is about gonna even it up. With the brief trip over to get the key, yeah, there's gonna be a couple key lock checks, but those aren't gonna take much time. I think Will's only ahead by like 3-4 minutes.
But Sketchy still has to do, well, he does have to. Well, let me collect my thoughts here. He doesn't have to do Ice Cave. He's probably going to do Ice Cave to get the tail.
Sure.
He should do Ice Cave to get the tail because there's a lot of good armor and weapons just sitting in his bag right now.
Also, he doesn't know it's a for him.
Right.
It's a 1 in 3 that it's the loot. So
yeah. So Will Bloodworth is higher in levels and he's ahead by a full dungeon or a cave. We'll call it a cave.
something I want to point out Sketchy Metal just did, and I feel like that might be a window into his strategy at this point. When he went into Titan's Trove, he booked it straight for the incentive chest. That tells me he might be starting to think, can I skip some? Can I just luck into the last loose being Power Gauntlet?
I mean, when you're playing somebody with as much of a reputation as Bloodworth, as good of a runner as he can be, the original dark horse of the first spring tournament, you kind of already have to feel like you're going into a match where gambles are going to be required. The question is when do you make that gamble? Maybe this is it. Maybe he, in his head, he's thinking, I've got maybe about 100, 150 chests left to open, and only one of them is going to have the loose item. So he probably feels pretty good about starting the idea of skipping.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, that's exactly when the loose is going to be there, and he's going to skip it because that's FFR. But
Yep.
are we getting a level 8 magic check? We are.
I think we have to, because there's Fade.
Fade, not bad. I was hoping that was going to be Nuke so bad.
Nuke's still unaccounted for it. I don't remember our on-rack check.
7. Oh, yeah, on-rack or Gaia.
Yeah.
What do we got? Herb. Herb to bonk, please?
Our tracker says that it's either on-rack 7 or Gaia 8.
Mm-hmm. Sketchy making his Keylock World Tour. I really, really hope that one of Sketchy's gambles isn't, hey, I bet you WillBloodworth won't check Marshlock.
Oh, man. I mean, with everything as lethal as it was in Marsh, I would not check Marshlock either.
Mm-hmm.
There's better things to do with my time, trying to suss out a loose, unless I feel like I'm 20 minutes behind and I need to, Hail Mary to try to catch up.
Yeah, I would agree with that. It looks like Bloodworth is going the opposite approach. He's going to the most chest-dense area he has left. So I think he really does care about that loose.
And not turning in the herb.
Feels weird, because that would have put the pieces together for him.
Oh, Sketchy. Oh, Sketchy, my man.
I was trying to will him away from this. You could just feel that he was going to do this. And I was trying to put a halt to it. No, don't. Unless he finds the loose, in which case I'm like, oh, why didn't you do this earlier?
Yeah, well, now of course it's just well, clearly it's going to work because he's doing it. That's how narratives are made, right?
Okay, so if you're a fan of close races and competition, you're really crossing your fingers here for loose loot at the bottom of Keylock Marsh, because if that happens, any lead WillBloodworth has is gone, because this will be the absolute last place he comes back to.
Mm-hmm.
Here's our first check, and we're going the wrong way. We want to go under this chest to avoid the trap tile. Look at that armor for Bloodworth. It's just phenomenal. His team is looking really, really strong.
Yeah, the gear problem has largely solved itself, but we still have the ever-present magic problem. There's Wall at level 8 sharing a slot with Fade. And there's...
I missed
Nuke
what
level
it was.
7.
Oh, there you go.
Nuke level 7 and on-rack.
Yeah, I mean, he'll have, maybe 4 casts of that, so he's going to have to be selective in where he uses it, but
Yeah.
it's better than not having it. That's a good tile, if we care for levels still. I don't like where that tile is, though.
No, it's a bit of a disaster. All right, what does our herb turn into?
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Oh my god, cross your fingers. Let this
Here we go.
Loot. Oh, it's a...
Ow.
That's
But the important thing is we know the loot's loose, so...
So I'm thinking it's going to be Sky. There's just so many chests left there. It's a great place to get your levels. I think we also...
Yeah.
How do you feel about just one ribbon? Is that enough? Are you hunting for a second one?
I don't think I'm hunting for a second one. I think we're going for It's all about the loose at this point. We're opening box. We've opened so many boxes so far, and all the rest of our gear is amazing. That as soon as we find that loose, we're just done. No more boxes. That's it. Pass go.
Mhm. We do have wall at 8, so I mean it's on the table. In an emergency, we could have a fight where we have that ribbon. But how do you feel about blue stake?
The mythical blue stake. Well, this run is blessed. We have all borne witness to the mythical blue stake, missing for over a year, now back in action.
So good. I'd like to shout out Meridian for fixing that because he broke that. And we're leaving, Sky. Why are we leaving?
Where the
Bloodworth? What do?
Indecision 2012 in action right here. I guess we're putting all our hopes on a sea dive.
This makes sense. And let me try to venture into the mind of WillBloodworth right now.
Sure.
He's got to go the left side to fight Kraken anyways.
Right.
The chests over here are not all that far out of the way. And if the loot happens to be here, he can go mode Sky, which saves a whole lot of time.
That's true.
Like a lot of time.
I get the logic in that. I like it. The big question is, does the time spent correcting to this course make up for the time we could potentially save?
That's dependent on one thing, really. It's, does he talk to Cope? Oh, nope, we're gonna burn. Oh, he's burning the cow. I thought he was leaving again. He is leaving again.
He's leaving again.
What?
So we really wanted Nuke before we did Sky.
Oh, okay.
So we're committed to Sky, but we're just like super preparing for it.
So as Will plays the hokey pokey, putting his left hand in and his left hand out, and then his right hand in, and he's shaking it all about. We're back to Sky. We have Nuke now, level 7 Nuke, so we're maybe going to get 3 or 4 casts out of that. Do you think maybe that was more of a fear of running into Warmech, and I better have something in my back pocket to deal with him?
That's my guess. The fear of Warmech is a strong motivator, and it's not just because Warmech is vanilla. It's not just the fear of Warmech; it's the fear of double Warmech
or triple. We've seen triple already this year as well.
That's true.
Oh, that thunder does not feel good, especially since you're going to see them again.
On the second floor, reset.
Yeah, I would. But hey,
or
we're
at
going
least
to find out what's here in greater than less than.
Yeah, if greater than less than doesn't pan out, then we reset and just charge up the tower again and hope we don't hit thunder.
Right. Thanks, Ragnarok, for sticking around. That's going to be a good one to watch as well. Crab Cakes versus Cheesenator. I don't know who to pick on that one. I'm going to go with Crab Cakes because I know more about her. I've seen what she can do. There's a ribbon!
And a Maz Moon! And a Maz! I've been talking with Cheesenator, and he is... he has been very active strategizing this match. That race is going to be an absolute barn burner. I can't wait to watch it later.
That's going to be a good one. This one here, we're an hour 40 minutes in. We only have 1 orb apiece. But this is one of those matches where you're going to find out really quickly just how fast orbs can be lit if you truly don't care about checking chests.
Yep.
Don't be surprised if we have 4 by 2 hours.
Looks like we're healing up, and we're just going to continue up the tower. I think I would have preferred exit house go back in, but this is arguably faster. It just uses a bit more resources doing it. Yeah,
and I think when you pick up loot like you just did, the Mazza and another ribbon, err on the side of caution. You got a couple of fights here. You've wasted some spell. You didn't waste. You've used some spell charges. You picked up some key items. Save it. Exit out. Save it. Trek back in. Because if he wipes, he's going back to that room. I promise you he's going back to that room. Sketchy making his way through Ice Cave. We know that there's nothing loose here. He is going to get the tail, and the tail is going to be really, really nice for him. He's going to be able to class change and use that Excalibur and put on, I believe he found the dragon armor as well. That plus his Aegis, that's a poor man's ribbon. He did find a ribbon in ice, so that kind of puts him at 2. Frost wolves don't seem to be too deadly. Sharks are in our way. Canuck is in chat. It's just a great day all the way around.
All right, here we go.
Checking.
Sky. The sky will provide. We got cabin, silver gauntlet, $1, and $74. Sky sometimes provides.
I'm in the camp where you merge Mirage and Sky together. They're all one dungeon. So insofar as Sky pays out, it already has.
That's true.
Manticore is pretty good fight for levels if we needed them. We don't, but we're going to take this anyways, and I like it. I like it a lot. Unless they have something, and then I don't like it.
Mm-hmm. It's great until it's not.
This commentary brought to you by Hedging Your Bets.
If you've taken every position, you're never wrong.
That katana's swinging for quite a bit against some of these lower enemies. I did see a match with, maybe it was a practice. It was something. Crabcakes had a 38 ninja with the katana and was swinging for like 16 damage. So, yeah, crit good, crit bad.
The power of the mighty thief.
He's so strong. Lots of money. We don't need that. There's a pure, more money, less money, and another light axe. So far, Sky not paying off the way Mirage did. Does he check Star Room? Does he go to floor 3 and come back?
There's two schools of thought. There's go straight to Sky 3 because Sky 3 has more chests. They're closer together. If it's there, it's more likely to be on Sky 3. And if it's not on Sky 3, you double back, hit Sky 2, and then press on. Mm-hmm. Personally, I prefer to just be thorough, go through it once. We've got warp charges, so we could just do the left half of Star Shape, warp, do the right half of Star Shape, and then do Sky 3F. I feel like that's the faster way to do it if we're already full clearing anyway.
Mm-hmm. And again, you called it before. It's great to see level 28, 29, 30 across the board, but at the end of the day, every party member on Will's side is susceptible to one nuke. So we don't have the luxury of just sitting here at 29 feeling good about our swings. We need to jack that HP up as high as we can get it.
Mm-hmm.
So full clear Sky is what I would imagine we're going to see from Bloodworth. He understands the value of the XP here. Sketchy is going to be out of Ice Cave here in no time. And then suddenly, we're kind of caught up in terms of progression. Will's got the levels, but Sketchy could easily turn around and go knock out Volcano and have the quick orb lead.
Mm-hmm.
But we're not going to do Volcano.
Nah.
We're going to go visit Matoy. Nope. We're going to go turn in the tail. We must be doing a tail turn in here.
Yeah.
Like it. You can kind of see how some runners they've kind of got these locations locked in their mind. If I'm looking for Bahamut, where do I need to go? Okay, I found Ordeals, it's straight left. And you'll get better at that as well as you play the game. You'll start to notice the little things like, hey, I understand this patch of grass means if I turn right here,
mm-hmm.
then I'm at the desert and I can get my airship.
At least with the airship, it's easier to just kind of like, there's no encounters, so you can just fly around at maximum speed until you find things. But the more you fly around with the airship, I feel like the more it kind of pieces together your mental vision of the world, and that makes things a lot easier when you're in a boat.
That was one of the things that when Floor and Entrance Shuffle got thrown into the mix, that you really, like, your brain kind of clicks in a way to being able to instantly recognize a floor that you're on and exactly which direction you need to go. And it just takes practice. The more Sketchy plays, the more he's going to be able to realize those landmarks and put two and two together. And he won't have to make these kind of weird ups and downs and lefts and rights. He'll just be able to go straight line.
Speaking of up, down, left, right, let's see what's at Sky 3rd floor. We got $20, a cabin, a silver hammer, a copper glove, a heal potion, and silver armor. All right.
Sky no bueno.
Sky, please. Sky, we believe.
We got a few more chests here left to check. If it's not here, Then it's C.
$14 a tent, $25, and iron armor. Well, that didn't do anything. Here comes the greed chest.
Yeah, I think the smarter play, and again, this is just me waiting to find out. Yeah, okay, so now that we see that it's not here, the smarter play was definitely C. It's what I would have done.
Uh-huh. Yeah, no, you've said it the whole time.
There is some merit to that. You have to walk that left-hand side anyways. There's a lot of chests that are kind of free in C on the left-hand side. We know that the loose is going to be there at this point. If you do that, you can go mode Sky, but then again, you miss out on the fights in Sky, so there's arguments to be made on both sides, I guess.
Now, hear me out. What if second loose volcano?
Oh, that'd be amazing. I totally forgot about that. So it's not guaranteed in C, because we still have all of volcano to check.
Yep.
If someone would have just done volcano, they could have just been go moding this entire time. I love the idea of that.
But unfortunately, the magic was just too garbage. There was no way to realistically get there.
Well, sir, I'll have you know that I know of a Canadian that took out Carrie with a silver dagger. So, don't talk to me about spells.
Yeah. I mean, you can also quake. You can also just quake carry. 6% of the time, it works every time. It's not 6%. I think it's less than that, but
I don't think Quake is 3 out of 256 for carry. So it's probably
no, it's not. But it's down there.
Yeah, I mean it's low, but Gurnog is standing in our way. We've got a couple more checks here. He did skip past the star room or the asterisk room, as you'll sometimes hear it called.
I prefer Star Shape Room.
Star Shape, yeah. It does. I mean, if you look at it, it is kind of an asterisk, though.
I'm going to keep calling it Star Shape Room.
Madrion in chat, Canadians are a myth. That is news to me.
Yeah.
Invented by Hollywood. Okay, sold.
Hmm.
Is the loot in Sky? Is Sky going to pay off? It is going to pay off in terms of gold, and nobody cares.
Oh, yeah. We got well over like 100k so far.
It's the junior version of Green Medusas of Death. They don't have blaze, they have heat.
Yeah, it's green Medusas have kind of warmed over.
Sky's a bust.
Did we check right side?
I thought he did. Why are we back in Provoca?
Supply run?
Yeah, that's possibly one of the longest runs to an item shop of any town, though. Other than Gaia? Maybe Elfland? But regardless, we're picking up heal pots. That tells me Sketchy's about to dive somewhere, and boy, do I feel like it's going to be Volcano.
Hey, Bane Sword.
Putting the Bane Sword. Okay, I like it.
Sure.
I like it. Nope. Nope, I don't like that. That's your Mazza Swinger. I just don't know that there's a scenario that my Mazza holder is going to not swing that Mazza.
Evade cap.
Well, possibly.
That's the only one I can think of.
Pro ring and yep, Sky's the best.
Okay. Sky. All right. Well.
Yeah, Will Classis points out if we find a robot on Bridge of Destiny that is unpassable, all of this is for nothing because we didn't save when we got that Mazin ribbon, and we've taken quite a few fights.
Yeah, the loss of resources gained is just going to be enormous because I don't think there was anything in Sky itself, but the ribbon and the Mazza, at least in greater than less than room, it's not that far from the entrance. We can still get them, but I think the levels that we would be missing out on.
Yeah, we're pushing almost having 3 characters outside of a single nuke range, and that feels pretty good. Losing that right now, not so much.
Let's talk about Sketchy Metal doubling back to Volcano, looking for that other loose.
I love it. I think it might be that kind of that thought in the back of his head, like, okay, we're closing in on 2 hours. I've only got one orb. What's a quick one? Yeah, we'll see. I hope it is loose here. I think that's a fun seed when both your loose are in one dungeon.
Mm-hmm.
Is Sketchy actually frozen, or is that just a restream issue? Let's pull up his stream and see.
I think that's a Sketchy stream issue.
Let's find out. It helps if you spell his name properly. And he is not. Uh-oh. Well, we'll keep you up to date on that. It looks like Sketchy might be encountering some issues as WillBloodworth continues to just bull his way through air as he encounters the Bridge of Destiny here soon, and Classic Gamer's already getting out those Bless RNGs, followed by MG Weirdo. I think they want to see a fight.
Shoutouts to Hangry Canuck in chat pointing out, if we hear the good music, he found it.
Well, I hear flying, so
we abandoned Volcano.
And back in Volcano.
Back in Volcano.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to pivot to an ASMR stream here. If you just close your eyes and come on a journey with us.
Yeah.
We're on floor 2 of Volcano.
Yeah. We're checking the other chests that we didn't get in Armory.
There's a fight, though. And you hate to see it. This is one of the worst fights. Go ahead and tell us about this fight. What do you think about this, Henry?
They've got skills. It's a very skilly skill that has targeted the entire party with possibly disastrous effects. The melee is swinging in hard, but we run away.
We're running in another fight, and again, the same fight. Can you believe it?
It's difficult to imagine. There's just so much melee going on, but we get out before any of the skills happen, but there's already another fight.
Right back in a fight. This is crazy. So great find in the chest there. That was definitely a heal pure dollar something.
Hi, Tia1. Let me introduce you to Brack and maybe Fade. Or Bane.
And Bane. Because we've got the Maz on the White Mage. Because, crab cakes.
Right.
Brack goes off ineffective. Another Brack goes off broken into pizzas. And at 155, just a short 30 minutes after lighting the first orb, we have 2 orbs.
As Sketchy is making his way down to the Agama floor. Just made it to the Agama floor. Let's open some boxes. Or maybe we're go moding?
We're not quite on the Agama
floor. No, we're
not
quite
yet.
there. Yeah, we got one more to go.
Yeah.
Right.
He's making his way left. Now he's going down. Now he's going left. Yep, now we're on the Agama floor.
Okay, that was a room.
We're healing.
Right.
We're going to check some chests. Do we avoid the trap tiles?
We have to. We're far more interested in the loose item than we are anything else. It's 2 hours in. We got to find the item. We got to go.
The speed of the menuing here from a newer player is just on par. It's just
really good.
Yeah. WillBloodworth doing a little bit of shopping of his own. I got to imagine that Volcano next. I mean, he could be prepping for C. You're in the north already. That's a sound we want to hear.
We heard the sound, everyone. We heard the amazing sound. We heard the loose loot in Volcano. Oh boy.
Yeah, and it was in that chest that we all knew it would be there on Agama floor, so it's about time to just get up and go.
In one of the first 2 boxes on the Agama floor.
It sounds like to me, it sounds like those footsteps are the footsteps you'd hear in the northwestern side of Agama floor.
Yep, we're opening the 5-chest room. We're still looking for stuff. We might be looking for another ribbon at this point.
It's possible. Bloodworth did stock up. He is going to hit up C. It makes sense. Go ahead and knock out all of the northern hemisphere while you're here. We are making our way back down towards the Agama trap tile, but we still have to head up towards the middle right. Sounds like we stepped on a trap tile, though, because it was right in front of a door.
So we're probably in that room that has the 2 chests with the trap tile away from both of them in the middle. Yep.
And now we're heading up and to the right.
Yep.
For those of you just joining us here, Sketchy Metal has switched over to an ASMR stream. We do not have video here. We're going purely off of sound, and boy, is it impressive with how well Fizzle and I are remembering the map layout here. I cannot wait for Fizzle to call blow for blow the carry fight.
Okay, I sure will. Yep, we're still full clearing the Agama floor. It's got to be a gear issue, because I feel like he has to have put together that he's in go mode.
Mm-hmm. I think it's Mazza Ribbon, which, you know, they're back to back in Sky if you want to go there.
Sure. All right, we've headed down to carry floor. We're headed towards the red. Pretty sure we're headed towards the red D chest. Yep, we're headed towards the red D chest.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, WillBloodworth, Sharknado floor.
He's looking for that loose. Unfortunately, we know it's in Volcano. Cabin, a little bit of money. Yeah, there's just not much. Maybe a third ribbon, but what else could you possibly hope for?
No, that's basically it.
We got the defense sword. We've got Bonk. Found your katana. You've got your Mazza. You've got 2 ribbons. You're already rocking Flame and Ice.
Sketchy on the Agama trap tile was able to run away. Now on the red D tile, also able to run away. Opened something and is walking back out because of his lack of warp. We're going to be headed around towards the lava square, and then we're going to make our way down to carry.
A little bit of money pickup here. There's the third ribbon. Bloodworth is stacked now. And that's one of the free chests in C there, so I can't imagine Sketchy's going to pass that up, even in go mode.
But here we go. Here comes the carry fight.
Carry fight, take it away.
We're going to open with Swing and Mute.
Yep, Mute has been successfully cast.
That's going to make this a bit difficult, but we opened with Swing, and there was probably some Quake in there. Oh!
Oh, somebody cast Lamp! We're back!
Now this is just cheating.
It's too easy to call a match when you can see it.
Right? Fog 2's going out to try and dampen some of Carrie's swings. Carrie's already on 2 hits, 2 damage. A fast goes off. Let's try some more rounds. White Mage, melee but miss. X-Cal, 3 hits for 100 damage. Down goes Carrie 1.
That's a weak Squiddy. Squid? Isn't it? She's got a lot of arms. I don't know what it exactly should be classified as. A flyer octopus?
Some kind of snake. That's what I got.
A Merilith.
No, that's too big a word. I don't know what
Get
that
out of here
means.
with your fancy words, Meridian. Making stuff up. All right, so 2 orbs lit. We'll get that updated here on the tracker here shortly. Sketchy's got the Earth and the Fire Orb now. WillBloodworth opting to go for Earth and Air first and is about to light the water. And there it is right there. Goodbye, Kraken. 1 orb left to go. I said we'd have 4 by 2 hours, but, you know, because we didn't check where the loose was over in Volcano, we missed out on that. And now Sketchy makes his way over to C. Hopefully he stops and buys some heal pots because he looked like he was about halfway.
He's level 18 across the board. I would hope that he starts taking a lot of these trash fights in C and then eventually when he gets to Sky, because I think in this flag set with 230% bosses, it would be nice to have it'd be nice to be 25 across the board, but I think that train has sailed. I think the best we can opt for right now is getting to at least 23, 24.
Which for the night feels great, but for the rest of the party, not so much. And we're taking an extended sleep here in the inn. It's important to get your 8 hours.
Yeah. Look, sometime like we're in the inn in Onrak. It's the biggest inn. It's basically the giant hotel of the Final Fantasy world. You better believe that complimentary breakfast has an omelet buffet, and we are taking full advantage of that.
At the very least, you hope it's a continental breakfast. Give me some bagels and some OJ. So we're in C. Sketchy knows that it's pure go mode, right? He knows the 2 loose are taken care of. If he decides there's where that loot was, right there on floor. Was it 3, 4, 4, 4?
It's complicated because you keep going up and down in Volcano.
Yeah. Does Sketchy bother checking the chests that are just on the way? If he does, he's going to pick up a third ribbon, his second ribbon.
Mm-hmm.
And that's going to feel pretty good.
The problem, though, is that now that WillBloodworth has the loot, every box that Sketchy opens is going to put him that much further behind.
Mm-hmm.
If we only open 2 boxes, that's negligible difference. But if we're continuing full clearing, that's going to really add up by the time we hit Topher.
So that kind of tells you, oh no. Oh, we're checking chests. I don't know what Sketchy's. It's got to be Mazza. Maybe he just doesn't feel comfortable with that Sun Sword.
The Sun Sword's a perfectly good weapon.
He's got Vorpal now too, though. That's not. There you go. It's right below you. Did he get Vorpal? It was key locked. It was Elfin Castle.
I believe he has Vorpal. Yeah, Vorpal would
Vorpal's on
also
red
be
mage
great.
there.
Yeah, I'd take a Vorpal to Chaos, no problem. We have Fast and Tempered, don't we? I'm pretty sure we had those at some usable level.
We sure do.
But here comes WillBloodworth on the carry fight. We're going to try swing. How about some Quad-X? A cheeky Quad-X out of the gate with some Fade and some Nuke. Fade goes out first for 139. Quad-X next. Nope, doesn't get there. Bad turn order. Nuke goes out for 141. Swing with a Katana. 5 hits, 235. Down goes carry 1. That Quad-X did not miss by much.
No, it didn't. If just one more turn before that would have carried it through. But he gets carried down, no problem. In it 2 hours, 3 minutes, and some seconds. We have all 4 orbs lit for WillBloodworth. The question is, does he feel comfortable taking these levels after smashing the poor people of Melbourne? They've been through so much.
This is just frustration right here. This is just pure frustration.
The Light Warriors are here to save us after the vampire destroyed our... Ah!
Knowing that he could have had the loot like 90 minutes ago.
Mm-hmm. Yep. All right, so it looks like Will is pretty comfortable. I think he's got 3 characters above 400.
Mm-hmm.
He's got 3 ribbons. He does not feel comfortable. Where are we going? What do?
We're looking for something.
What
are we looking for a heal? Did Canaria have heal pots? Canaria did not have heal pots. Okay.
Oh. Okay. Maybe he was bashing the town of Melman because they don't have an item shop.
You know how in Mario you jump and you hit the brick and the coins fall out?
Uh-huh.
Maybe WillBloodworth was trying to just smash Melmond until the heal pots fell out.
That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Right, so 2 hours, 5 minutes, and a couple of burned off houses later, we're going to have our first look into Temple of Fiends Revisited. We're going to place all 4 orbs onto the black orb, and as the game tells you, 1 step forward is 2,000 years into the past. Here we go. Did he do a power cycle? I didn't see if he did or not.
I believe he did.
If that's the case, this is not a bad fight. If things go sideways here in Topher, this is not a bad fight to see off the encounter or the power reset. He's got the Vorpal on the Red Wizard. Feels bad, but then again, he doesn't have a Knight for proper usage. And you're certainly not going to put the Vorpal on the Ninja, not with the Katana in hand. Sketchy Metal seems a little bit lost.
We're lost on the floor, headed down towards Kraken. It's the first one where basically it just snakes straight up. The problem is that there are so many just like dead corridors on that floor that this is leading to Sketchy's predicament right now of, okay, where do I go?
Yeah, these are the growing pains that everyone has to go through. Next time you watch the match, almost bet money that you're going to see Sketchy make a beeline straight to that staircase.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't take long to learn these maps at all. Okay, still checking chests. I've got a good feeling Sketchy's going to get that ribbon.
At this point, probably. The Sharknado chests are the easiest of free chests. So I got to imagine we hit that one. And WillBloodworth has left the Temple of Fiends.
Are we getting magic for our ninja? Magic was no bueno.
Magic was not good.
What do we care for? What are we here for? We're thinking, we're waiting, we're moving, we're dancing. We're buying lock. Okay. Well, lock fixes are on, so... Okay, Sketchy Metal has made it to Sharknado floor. You got, what is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 chests? Am I doing the math right? One of them has a ribbon. This one has a really, really bad trap tile. And Bloodworth continues to shop. This lead that he has, he's slowly giving it back to Sketchy the longer he kind of dawdles around. Got Saber. Saber's a good pickup. The ninja is going to be able to use that. I wonder if that's going to lead him to throw the bonk onto somebody else. I didn't quite see where he's got the power gauntlet at right now. And Sketchy is checking the lower left of Sharknado. He is going to find this ribbon here shortly. So at 2 hours, 8-minute mark. So we spent about 3.5 minutes shopping. We are finally going back in time again. And time to go. I think Will just didn't feel too comfortable about his magic spells, and he course corrected, and we're back.
Mm-hmm. It'll be interesting to see if any of the spells he picked up come into play.
We'll see. Sketchy Metal, I mean, he's on the way. I don't think he's going to have any problem taking out this Kraken. We just, have to go do it.
Yeah, we just got to get there. So Sketchy is headed towards Sharknado room. We're going to get the good news on the ribbon. Is the ribbon going to be the last box he opens? Meanwhile, Will hits the Phantom tile. It's 3 to 4 Manticores. Just keep on going. Are we going to get a validation check? What even could be left to check for validation at this point? And Sketchy is continuing to clear out a Sharknado room. Finds the Y-Worm trap tile. Nope, we're getting validation check. We got a heal pot and... Ooh, the white shirt. Paired with the defense, that could actually be super helpful. We're going to stick that as armor on the White Wizard. And downstairs we go. Sketchy having a little bit of a problem getting away from lobsters and sea snakes. Can't blame him. Lobsters are jerks. WillBloodworth is getting a lot of encounters on the second floor of Temple of Fiends. Rapidly closing in on the Speed Bumps floor. Speed Bump Mark II. So Will's actually going to take a Gurmadusa fight here. We're going to try some Bane Sword strats. Going to have the Mage Staff. We're still not happy with our levels. We're just going to take all the easy experience we can get. But meanwhile, on the right side, Sketchy Metal about to pull Kraken 1. Here we go. We're going to try fight, some more fight. We're going to fast the Knight. And we're going to Fog 2. Fast goes off. Knight gets pumped. Swing the X-Cal. 3 hits for 166. That's a very armored Kraken. Fog goes off. Swing with the Katana. 1 hit for 123. Thunder comes out. Big damage to the Ninja and the Red Mage. Going to take a moment to reassess. We're going to go back to swinging twice. How about some Lightning 3? And we're going to cure for the red mage. Lightning 3 goes out for 99 damage. Ink comes in, does ink things. Swing with a katana. 3 hits for 203. That's a lot better than we saw last round. Swing with the X-Cal. 3 hits, 131. Eesh. We need a little bit more damage. We're going to try double swing, lightning 3, and we're going to cure for the ninja now. Ninja swing, miss. X-Cal swing, 2 hits for 150. Kraken 1 is still there. Cure 4 goes off. Incoming ink does more ink things. So far, Kraken's skill list. Thunder, ink. Swing with the ninja. 3 hits for 247. Incoming blizzard.
Yep.
Does respectable damage to the ninja and the red mage. Fast goes off again on the knight. 2 hits for 140. Down goes Kraken 1. And on the left side of your screen, WillBloodworth jump speed bump Mark 2.
I don't know who that is and what they did with WillBloodworth, but whoever that is, they respected Lich, which usually doesn't happen.
I don't understand. Every time you respect Lich, it just goes wrong.
But more importantly, that was either a high absorb Lich, or I guess it could just be the fact that we don't have a respectable swinger in our party.
Right.
Because we were hitting for like hundreds there.
It's the problem of a crit-based character. Like, if you swing and a bunch of crits go off, everything is yay. But if you swing and you get like 1 crit out of 7 swings, it's not great.
So Sketchy finishes off the Sea Shrine and is going to be making his way over to Mirage and Sky. Now, we know that Sky was a complete bust, right? We didn't find anything there, but Mirage, second floor, had Mazza and Ribbon in back-to-back chests. The question is, does Sketchy, at this point, he knows he just lost time because he checked everything in C. Does that trigger him to say, no more, time to go? Or is it full-on hard commit, still check everything?
I think if I'm in Sketchy's position, it's the sunk cost fallacy in action right now. Mm-hmm. I have opened so many boxes looking for Mazza. The odds that the next one I open will be Mazza are actually kind of like deceptively high right now. It might be, we might see continuing to open boxes until we get what we want.
If I just put 1 more quarter in the slot machine, it's surely going to win next time, right?
Yep.
It's that next pull that's going to get it, right?
Yep. It's one of the hardest habits to break.
If he continues in Sky, he's going to get that payoff, I mean, soon. But I don't know that soon is a word that we can even begin to talk about because he's full clear the entire game. It's been anything but soon. So making our way to, I think, what every one of us considers the real first gatekeeper, the first fiend that you truly have to kind of prepare and plan for. And then, having said that, it's going to be one of the Krakens with 600 health that we kill in 1 round. So,
I'd argue that Carry 2 is definitely the first boss that's worth respecting, not just in this flag set, but in most flag sets. Like, if we're north of like 150%, Carry 2 can get real scary sometimes.
Here we go. Is he going to move the thief? Would you move the thief? And why would you?
Oh, I would not move the thief because I'm valuing life casters. So I want... I'm valuing life casters, but at the same time, our black mages are not going to do anything. I think the move that Will just did is the correct one.
Although, Kraken 2 does seem to have an affinity for hitting that 3rd slot.
That is true.
Like, unusually high. Like, something's broken in the game and Meridian needs to take a look at it high.
Nah, I'm sure it's just Nasir magic. Here we go. Fast goes off. Hits the ninja. Quad X misses. White shirt goes off. Very necessary evasion charges. Power bonk. Swing. Red mage with a Vorpal. 3 hits, 3 damage. Well, I don't know if that necessarily gives us data because red mage attack stats are not that high, but we do have some data though. It's not a very evasive Kraken, so we've got that going for us. Swing with a katana. 7 hits for 366. White shirt goes off again. Lock 2 goes out. It will help a little, but I don't know how much it will do. Ink does ink things. Temper goes off. Going into round 3. Let's try some Nuke. How about swing with the Vorpal? White Shirt again, swing with the Katana. Nuke goes out first for 125. White Shirt, we're now halfway to evasion cap for the whole party. Swing with the Vorpal. 3 hits, 3 damage. Stop? Nobody stopped. Swing the Katana. 10 hits for over 1,000 damage. Boom goes Kraken 2. And away we go, off to Tier 2.
Tier 2 lately in some of these seeds has been a bigger roadblock than Kraken 2 has been. I miss the good old days of the Kraken smacking for 500 plus.
All right, here comes Tier 2. Take it.
Well, here comes the Excalibur that I think Sketchy was looking for. It's not quite the Mazza, but his digging is, I mean, it's starting to pay off. Eventually it had to, though, right?
Yeah.
So 218 will look at him respecting Tiamat 2 a little bit more than Kraken 2. He's looking through, he's making sure everything's where he wants it to be. White Mage has the white, he's moving it off. Does he switch the Opal, or does he leave that White Mage without any sort of chest armor? There is no chest armor on that White Mage. Uh-oh. Fast, white shirts, Invis 2s. We're going to get 2 stacks of evasion. Are we doing Defense Sword? We are doing Defense Sword. Black Mage takes a hit. That's a good sign that a Black Mage can take an unevasion swing there from Tier 2.
That would be a good sign if we didn't just peel the bulk of our armor off the White Mage.
Yeah, but hopefully we get another couple Invis 2s going off. It doesn't look like... There we go. So we're going to respect it. So now that Ninja at the very least is at evade cap. Power Gauntlet going off. White Shirt's going to put up some more evasion stacks. Tier 2, what's she going to lead off with next? We're tempering up. That Ninja's going to swing hard. Look at that. We've got a swing happy Tier 2 so far, so we're getting plenty of time to get these defenses up. And now it's time to go. Will's had enough. He's swinging. It's going to be 10 hits, 865. That's a big swing, but not enough to take Tier 2 down. The White Mage with the Mazza 3 hits. Black Mage doing Black Mage things. And the Vorpal 3 hits, 97 damage. Swing paralyzes the Red Mage. Not so bad. All we care about is Will with that Katana. 10 hits, 1179. Down goes Tiamat 2. A lot of defensive strats. Probably warranted. But maybe speed and power could have got that fight done a little bit quicker.
In a perfect world, yes, it could have. This is far from a perfect world. The magic here necessitates defensive strats no matter what. Like there is no power. Like half of speed and power is power, and we just don't have that. But we're gonna try and just jump over chaos real quick. Here we go. Let's try some Invis 2. Invis 2 goes off first. It'll make melee. White Shirt goes off. We've got 2 of our 4 evasion stacks. Chaos punches. 2 hits still get through anyway. Fast goes off. Here we go. Next round. What are we aiming for? We're going to lock 2. We're going to assume that there's some amount of evasion going on with this chaos. We want to strip as much of it away as possible. We're going to cure up that White Mage. It's got some work to do yet. Ice 2 goes out. Did some damage to the Black Mage, but not much anywhere else. Cure 4 goes off. Power Gauntlet goes off. Temper goes off. Lock 2 goes off. We've had 2 solid rounds of buffing. Are we going to make it a third? We're going to make it a third. Temper is being cast. Temper's... no, the White Shirt's being cast. We're going to go for evasion cap. Swing. Our first test swing. 6 hits for 358. Good accuracy, not good damage. We're going to need probably some more Tempers yet. Temper goes off. Chaos with Cure 4. Reset the clock. Invis 2 goes off. First round all over again. Let's try some Nuke. We're gonna have to do enough damage to overcome that Cure 4 by the time the spell list loops back around. 6 hits for 601. That's a real good start. Let's follow that up with some Nuke. For 186. Mazza swing. 3 hits, 3 damage. Vorpal swing. 1 hit for 63 damage. The Black Mage is going to switch to melee. We're going to do some more healing on the side. Chaos tries to swing but misses. Outgoing swing, 2 hits, 56. Outgoing Katana, 7 hits, 310. Outgoing Black Mage misses. Heal 3, top off the party a bit. Let's try... What do we got going on? Some Fire 3, some Quad X, some Zap perhaps? Or some Temper.
Zap. I wanted Zap so bad.
We got 2 Tempers, some Fade and a Swing. Temper 1 goes off. Temper 2 goes off. Fade goes out for 144. Swing goes out. 8 hits for 1,177. Down goes Chaos. WillBloodworth finishes in first place with an official SRL time of 2 hours, 22 minutes, and 12 seconds. GG.
GG to WillBloodworth. I think the race went on a little bit longer than he was hoping for, but he made it count when he got here. 2 hours, 22 minutes. Does get the job done. Puts him at 1-1. Sketchy Metal's going to drop to 0-2. I think we're getting the word from SG here that unfortunately we're not going to be able to do any post-race interviews because we have a Super Metroid multi-category coming up that's literally waiting for this to finish. So we certainly thank our runners. We thank WillBloodworth and Sketchy for their race here. If you want to switch over to Sketchy Metal stream, which is just twitch.tv/SketchyMetal, please feel free to do so. I'm sure he would love the support, but I just don't think we're going to have the time to stick with him, seeing as how Speed Gaming does need to move on to the next race.
Yep, and we'd like to thank Speed Gaming for hosting us here. Keep an eye out later today. We're going to have coming up later on at 5 p.m. We've got Cheeseinator versus Crab Cakes coming up on SG3. But for everyone in the Final Fantasy Randomania community, my name is Lord Fizzlebeef. He is Falconic. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.